step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very warm welcome to you, the very best of mornings to you, beautiful people. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. It's a Friday morning, and what a Friday it's about to be. Take a look around you, be mesmerized. Yes, pick your jaw up from the floor, because it is a Samsung takeover, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. We've got arguably the most exciting prize to give away today. We're giving away a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. That could be yours, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. All you got to do is get onto our socials and let us know a very, very simple thing. 2 features of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra that you love very, very much. Let us know about that, and you could be walking away with one, or it could be coming to your place of existence anytime soon, because it'll be yours. As you can see, Graham and I, minds are blown. We are super, super excited. We've got the entire Samsung team here as well, including one of my favorite people, Grant Hines. I haven't seen him in such a long time, and he's going to be cluing us in on what we can expect from this wonderful device. And we're very, very excited to be teaming up with our friends at Samsung to bring you all of this excitement. We warned you during the week before, and now it's actually happening this entire Friday for the next 3 hours of excitement. And I can't imagine that Graham right now, as he's sitting, is kind of, dude, how are you feeling? Please tell me about that.
I actually had to sit down, man. I had to just sit down and contain myself. It's going to be a fantastic show. Always great to see Grant. Always wondering what colour his hair is today, and I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but we'll see him catch up with the brilliant man. Along with the whole Samsung family, Mr. Yoon is here, along with all of our friends at Samsung. It is a very exciting time. Obviously, the S20 and S20 Ultra dropped with a huge amount of fanfare in South Africa, understandably so. It's a massive leap forward. In fact, it's leap forward by 10. The S20 is here, and it could be yours. As Kat said, all you have to do, it's really simple, but you're going to have to do it, and you're going to have to do it well. Is you're going to have to tell us which 2 features of the S20 Ultra you love and why. And you're going to go onto our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. You're going to find the post, and you're going to comment there, and you're going to have to make it good. Jazz it up with a video, jazz it up with a post of your own. Do something special, because I have a feeling this morning we are going to get a ton of entries. We're also going to delve into all of our weekend sporting action as well, a host of things to look forward to, and of course get you set with the details like the news headlines.
Well, it's time for those headlines on this Friday morning. Taking a look at the national news front, President Cyril Ramaphosa says he is satisfied with the country's preparedness to deal with the outbreak of the coronavirus. This after South Africa's first confirmed coronavirus victim has been revealed to be a 38-year-old father of 2 from Hilton, KwaZulu-Natal, who had returned from Italy, where he was with a group of 10 people. Now, he arrived at OR Tambo International Airport, and from there flew to Durban on the 1st of March. Now, at the time, he didn't present with the coronavirus symptoms. On the 3rd of March, he consulted a private general practitioner with symptoms of fever, headache, malaise, and of course a sore throat and a slight cough. Now, he has been self-isolating since the 3rd of March. The doctor has also been isolated. Meanwhile, Deputy Minister of Health Joe Phaahla says although there has only been 1 confirmed case of the coronavirus in the country, the Department of Health has identified 10 sites countrywide to deal with the virus. He says they are looking at a capacity from 20 to 30 beds in a hospital, with some of the bigger ones 200 to 300 beds. Equipment and patients can also be moved in if a facility becomes overcrowded. Meanwhile, Wits medical expert on climate and viruses Matthew Chersish says South Africa's warm weather could slow down the spread of the coronavirus, as it is a flu-like and colds which spread faster in winter. Now, on the international news front, the oldest Egyptian pyramid has officially reopened after many years of restoration work. The Djoser Step Pyramid in Saqqara dates back 4,700 years and was built during the 3rd dynasty of the pharaohs. Now, work on its restoration began nearly 15 years ago, and it was interrupted for several years during the unrest that followed the uprising against ex-President Hosni Mubarak. Now, the design of the pyramid set the style of the Great Pyramids of Giza. In other news, Australian scientists are developing the country's first satellite designed to predict where bushfires are likely to start following months of devastating fires. The Australian National University says a team is creating a shoebox-sized satellite that will measure forest ground cover and moisture levels using infrared detectors. It is hoped that the data will help to determine where the bushfires are likely to start and where they may be difficult to contain. And now, news of this coming Sunday's big celebration. Now, come Sunday, the spotlight will be on International Women's Day, first celebrated more than a century ago in 1911. The theme for 2020 is I Am Generation Equality, realizing women's rights. Throughout history, women have often been sidelined, either due to peer pressure, lack of opportunity, or flat-out sexism. And many times, women who invented items from disposable nappies to Monopoly weren't given the credit for their work. Now, women are responsible for early sketches of the computer, the discovery of the DNA double helix, and even splitting the atom. But men claim those advancements as their own. South Africa broke new ground in the 2019 elections with 46% women in the House of Assembly and provincial legislatures and 50% of women in cabinet. Well, that's it for the news headlines right now. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sport. And here's Graham.
Thanks so much, Kat. Let's dive right in with cricket and heartbreak for the Proteas women and the nation at large after they suffered a 5-run loss based on the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method to the defending champions and host Australia in the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, of course, in Sydney. So after a delayed start, the Aussies were able to put 134 on the board for 5 in their allotted 20 overs. South Africa, who were chasing a rain-revised 98 from 13 overs, finished on 92 for 5, agonizingly close. So Australia will now face India, who are probably the favourites for the tournament in that final on Sunday. On to Rugby Sevens. Fresh off their win in Los Angeles, the Springbok Sevens team will head into this weekend's Vancouver Sevens as the defending champions. Last year, the Blitzboks clinched the title in Canada after beating France in the final. This weekend, they will face Japan, Argentina and old foes England in the pool stages. Coach Neil Powell made one change to his team, swapping the roles of Mfundo Ndlovu for JC Pretorius to give him a rest. Pretorius will join as the official reserve, and Ndlovu will make his first appearance in the 2020 HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. On to the 15-man game. There will be 7 Super Rugby fixtures taking place over the weekend. The table-topping Stormers will be the only team rested this week in their first bye of the season, one coming at a very good time for the team. The biggest fixture today will see the reigning champions, the Crusaders, go up against the Reds. Then tomorrow, the Rebels host the Lions at AA Mart Park, and that kicks off at 10:15 in the morning. Then the Sharks go head-to-head with last year's finalists, the Jaguares, at 3:05 with Cebu and Corsi back in the fold. The final fixture of the day will see the winless Bulls welcome New Zealand's Highlanders to Loftus Versfeld. That kicks off at 5:15. And on to football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United cruised past the English Football League club Derby County 3-0 in the FA Cup at the Pride Park Stadium late last night. Defender Luke Shaw opening the scoring for the visitors, then forward Odion Ighalo slotting 2 more goals to hand the Red Devils the win. United will now face Norwich City in the FA Cup quarters. The Red Devils will be in action this weekend, of course, when they face rivals Man City in the Manchester Derby, taking place at Old Trafford at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, one not to miss. And finally, in staying with news from the Premier League, don't expect to see the pre-match handshakes between teams and officials at any of the Premier League matches. The league yesterday followed the suit of many leagues around the world, announcing the handshakes will no longer take place due to fears over the spread of the coronavirus. But we'll have more on all of those sporting stories, including the heartbreaking demise of the Proteas women, in our sports report. Jeremy Harris is here for that.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Let's take a first comprehensive look at your weather across the country. But first, we've asked you to send in your beautiful sunrise pictures. And thank you so much to Sam Cross for sending us this amazing skyline from Durban, where sunny conditions are expected today, with beautiful temperatures reaching a maximum of 28 degrees today. Casey Volhunter also sent us this beautiful skyline from Balito, where plenty of sunshine is expected. And you can expect a light northeasterly wind as well. Pleasant temperatures today, reaching a maximum of 28 degrees. degrees. How stunning are those pictures? You can send yours through to us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Remember to use the hashtag Expresso Show. And now we take a look at the temperatures across the country. We start off with Polokwane, 13 is your low today, reaching highs of 26. And if you're out in Mbombela, expect high humidity today, 16, that's your low, reaching a high of 26. With sunny times out in the capital city, I'm talking about you, Pretoria, 13, that's your low, reaching a high of 28 degrees. Clear skies for Johannesburg, 11 and 26, those are your temperatures, with Mahikeng coming in at 15 minimum, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. If you're out in Klerksdorp, you've got the coolest start to the morning, 12 is your low, reaching a high of 30. It's a sunny day today. And of course, if you're out in Kimberley, expect that you can have that northeasterly wind, expecting at 13 kilometers per hour, and 17 as your low, reaching a high of 33. Bloemfontein, sunny times, 14 and 30, with Richards Bay coming in at 19, reaching a highs of 29 degrees. If you're in Pietermaritzburg, 15, that's your low, reaching a high of 28, with plenty of sunshine expected for South Africa's playground. Durban, 21 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 28 degrees. Sunny day, Mthatha, 14 and 30, with a northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour. That's for East London, 21, reaching a high of 29. Craddock, 14 and 37, with the friendly city, Port Elizabeth, starting off at 20 and peaking at 28 degrees today. If you're out in George, you can expect you'll have high humidity today, 21 and 28, those are your temperatures. Sutherland, 14, reaching a high of 31, and Cape Town, the mother city, is at 18, reaching a high of 32 degrees today. Worcester, 19 and 37, the highest temperatures in the country today. That's Springbok, 20 is your low, reaching highs of 37. Upington, 22, reaching a high of 36 degrees. And that's where we leave it for now. The next update will be in just over an hour.
All right, well, with all of the excitement of this morning, let's get you even more inspired by quoting one of the greatest of all time, a true GOAT, if you will, Graham Richards.
You're probably the original GOAT, yeah?
Probably the original GOAT. His name, Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientific minds of the 12th century, a physicist. Einstein had many discoveries, and perhaps his most well-known and celebrated is this theory of relativity, which, I might add, I've just received a comprehensive explanation for what EM is equal to MC squared actually means. I've always known it to be E is equal to MC squared, never know what it means. Graham Richards, would you mind just quickly?
Yeah, so energy, it relates to the mass times the speed of light squared. If you have to split that atom, the amount of energy that is released from that. And it basically was part of the discovery that led to him understanding what happens with nuclear weapons. And the first thing he did was go to America and warn them to say, listen, someone's going to use this science to make a nuclear bomb. And that actually started that nuclear race at that stage.
Wow.
Unbelievable to surmise that. Also the theory of relativity, the fact that these have been proven now just a few years ago. And he had it locked down.
Yeah.
He understood it. But the most important thing about Albert Einstein, he was a humanist first. I love the fact that through all of the scientific discoveries, he believed in putting the human race first.
Yeah.
And he had this to say, and it's quite millennial actually, he was so ahead of his time. You can't solve a problem on the same level that it is or it was created. You have to rise above it to the next level.
Yeah.
Level up, baby.
Wow.
Level up.
Wow. Well, speaking of leveling things up, we are rising to new levels today. We've got the Samsung team in the house, and we are giving away a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. We've got two of those to give away, one on Twitter, one on Facebook. Listen, get into our socials right now. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity to win one of the most innovative devices.
Just go and have a look on Samsung's website online. Just have a check at some of the features there, because we want to know which two features you love the most and why. But stick around, because we're going to be delving a little deeper with our Samsung. They've become family now. Mr. Ewan's like Big Papa in the house this morning. But we love having Justin, Cambridge, and the whole team here. They're going to inspire us with what looks like a quantum leap forward when it comes to phones.
Well said.
Only you can make my day.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to our Samsung takeover. I'm going to reiterate, we still got that S20 Ultra to give away. 2 of them, in fact, get onto our socials right now. And while you're at it, you can catch up on some of the latest scores and previews in the world of rugby this weekend. It's going to be massive. The Blitzboks looking to defend their title at the Vancouver Sevens and, of course, continue the success from LA. The Bulls are hoping for their first Super Rugby win of the season. That's when they face an uphill task in the Highlanders, but it is at Loftus in the Fortress. Come on. In cricket, the Proteas already won the series against Australia and did it in fine style, but we'll hope to make it a clean sweep, 3 out of 3. Sports anchor Jeremy Harris is here to tell us a little bit more about his hopes and dreams, his dashed hopes and dreams in some cases when it comes to the Proteas women. Heartbreaking, man. But before we get to that, let's talk Sevens.
Absolutely. Vancouver Sevens, as Graham just rightly said, from that beautiful run in LA, hoping to carry on the momentum and hopefully with that taking another trophy and surpassing New Zealand at the top of the HSBC Sevens ranking.
I mean, just take a moment just to appreciate what they did in LA.
Extra time.
I mean, really? A place that's sort of famous for Hollywood endings, for just the impossible dream.
Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice.
Seconds left, it's impossible, the game is over, the team is celebrating, and what? We just lost this whole thing. So a really good result there. Listen, tough assignments for the Blitzboks in Vancouver. In order, it's Japan, Argentina, and England. Those are the 3. And make no mistake, all 3 teams will pose serious questions of the Blitzboks.
Yeah, but they seem to have the structures in place and the depth. I know Vanna Koch was talking about the depth that's in place now, and I thought it would take us a bit longer to get to this point because we're calling this a rebuilding season of sorts. Lots of young blood, the likes of a JC Pretorius. He will be rested this weekend, but you get a sense that the squad needs to be managed now. These guys are playing back-to-back weeks of rugby. They need to be managed.
Neil Powell, I mean, has got a little factory going. He's got a factory built where he just makes Blitzboks players. And so one needs to be rested. Don't worry, we'll bring another world-class player in. And he's obviously got something going. There's something in the water. And he's...
The systems. It's the systems.
It's working so well for him. So, I mean, you know, long may it continue.
Yeah, 93 points. New Zealand now lead the standings ahead of South Africa's 89. Of course, if I think if New Zealand don't make the finals, then there's every chance that we could actually surpass them should we do well. What do you think our chances are of ending up at the top of the standings at the end of this Vancouver Sevens?
Look, I mean, it obviously does depend on what New Zealand get up to. But I think that we've got destiny in our hands. I think that we should have enough firepower to get through all 3 of our games and finish top of the pool. And, you know, that being said, after that, as Neil Powell will tell us, you know, he'll go, look, trust the structures, trust the processes, and we'll go all the way. And I think that that we've seen that we can do just that. We can trust it.
Yeah, I love the fact that the senior players are standing up in those critical moments, as we saw last week, but also the young players. Every time we introduce someone new, he makes a name for himself. But, of course, the full spread, you've got South Africa, England, Argentina and Japan in Pool A. I think New Zealand and Ireland could be a nice, interesting one up in Pool C. Then Australia, USA, Samoa and Scotland in Pool D. Moving to Super Rugby, can I say a much-needed bye for the Stormers, who looked like... I said
they've given us entertainment. They've given us clean sheets. Come on.
But it looked like they were playing like the last match in an Australasian tour last week. They looked exhausted and just off the pace.
Tired.
So they get rested. Probably the big one for me this weekend, the Rebels Lions exciting with the Sharks. Hagiwaris. The Sharks now kind of edging forward as the team to beat in the South African franchise, and Sabu and Corsi is bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I like the way that the Sharks are playing. They've done really well on their tour. They've done the hard yards first up, and now they're back home, or back in South Africa, as it were. And so, I mean, the Aguaris are going to also be a tough nut to crack. We saw them take the game against the Bulls. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to that game. For me, very much the feature game of the weekend.
Undoubtedly.
How do you see the Bulls stacking up against the Highlanders in this one? You did say at the Fortress, at Loftus, so home support should be there, aplenty to give them a bit of a boost.
Looked good last
exactly.
Highlanders are tough. Plus, the Bulls are winless. They've had to make a couple of changes, or they've made a couple of changes because maybe they are winless. And I think that the pressure is mounting. They really do want to now, you know, get over the line and come away with the points and come away with the win.
What's not working for the side?
You know, I think that you look at teams like the Bulls and teams that should really be just walking it. And unfortunately, it's narrow margins. There are decisions that go against you in certain games. You lose a player for 10 minutes to a card. And unfortunately, some decisions have gone against the Bulls in certain parts of certain games. And I mean, you look at those results, aren't massive losses.
Hey, it's not a round ball, it's an oblong ball, man.
It just bounces the other way sometimes.
Let's turn our attention to cricket very quickly. Before we talk about the women and the heartbreak in the T20 semi-final, South Africa winning a series against Australia on home soil. Could we have hoped for anything more, looking at where they are in their current kind of life cycle in the rebranding of the Proteas side?
I think we would have had no right to hope for this, given where the Proteas are. I mean, Australia are a tough nut. If you look at that personnel and that team and that squad, they should have come here and just shown us a couple more lessons out, in terms of how to play the game. But wow, really good performance, and well done to the youngsters in particular. And I say that with respect. I mean, Lungengidi's no youngster. He's been around the block once or twice, but still early days for him. And Janneman Milan, well done, lad. What a good bounce back from a first baller to
because that was a corker, as they say. But my thing is, like, what do you think was that switch up? Because, I mean, we had what was a very disappointing series against England a couple of weeks ago, and then we come back and we do something like this against one of the top nations in the cricketing game.
Look, I think Mark Barcher and Quinton de Kock are players, and I mean, you look at the personnel as well, they're not going to go, sure, we lost, that's fine, it's accepted. I think they will have taken that as a bitter pill to swallow and would have really wanted to bounce back. They are as proud of the badge and as of the flag as we are. So, they would have wanted to come back all guns blazing, and they would have certainly have, Mark Barcher would have certainly put the fear of God into the squad.
Well, I think the injection of the youngsters and the self-belief is a massive part of that. Trying to pick a player of the series, for me, Heinrich Klaassen, the way that he came in and supported Janneman Milan in this last one, almost freed Milan up to play the shots. Brilliant stuff. Walk us through what happened, the debacle that was the semi-final for the women in our ICC T20 World Cup. Were they done it dirty? Looks like they were done it dirty, man.
I've got to, pass around the tissues firstly, because that was so close, and, yet so far 5 runs is nothing. But I really got the sense that it's a tournament being played in Australia, so we've got to get the home team on the park, or there's going to be a small riot somewhere. Because, you look at that first semi-final, wasn't played. They didn't even get onto the field. Called off, and, India walked through to the final. And so many disruptions, rain disruptions, for the Proteas as they were batting. The Aussies managed to get through their 20 overs. South Africa get on the park, disruption. Delayed start to their innings. More disruption, more rain. But yet, you've got to finish out. And, I thought that somebody should have gone, wait a second, we're actually prejudicing, the side batting second. It's just not on.
If we were to sink our teeth very quickly into some English Premier League football, of course, everyone looking to ruin the Liverpool party in Bournemouth, the next team looking to do that. Not sure whether they can pull it off, but hey, who would have ever thought that Watford would have been able to do it? Your big matchup of the weekend, what are you looking forward to?
The Manchester derby, I'd say. Wow, I don't think there's a ticket or a seat or anything available in that city at the moment. Pick a colour, because it could go either way. The form is, both teams have won games.
But it's also at Old Trafford, which is massive for United. I've realised it really is important for them.
City, as I say, they've won a couple, but they don't come in there with that same kind of, pressure, and they're not coming along there with, with all guns blazing. They're misfiring a little bit. So it's going to be a great game of football.
Yep, also another London derby to look forward to. West Ham up against Arsenal should be a cracker. Burnley probably have the edge over Tottenham. No, they don't. Now they're going to see Chelsea. Chelsea and Everton also doing the business, but you can catch up with all of the sports this week and let us know how you are feeling about a myriad of fantastic sporting results. Hopefully the Sevens guys going out there and doing it again in Vancouver.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, you beautiful people. Your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Friday, and what a way to start your day. I think when it comes to shopping, we'll agree that some of us are just innate bargain hunters. You know, we live for a great deal. I am one of those people. And anyone who knows how to shop will tell you in a heartbeat that shopping secondhand is one of the best ways to find some treasures and, of course, pay some really low prices. And, of course, who better to tell us all about the beauty in buying secondhand other than CEO of Cash Converters, Richard Makaiba. Mr. Makaiba, good morning.
Morning, Teresa. How are you doing?
Fantastic. So good to have you here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Just yesterday, I was at one of your shops, and I can tell you now that my mindset has been changed around secondhand shopping.
Fantastic.
And I'm glad you and I are going to have this conversation this morning. So I think when I think of buying secondhand goods, Cash Converters will always come out first. You know, it's the first thing you think. 25 years later, why do you think you guys have been able to survive this long?
Well, in fact, it's 35 or 37 years worldwide because Cash Converters is an international brand. Oh. Started out in Perth in Western Australia in 1984, I think. Yeah. And in fact, is a public listed company. So it's all about a proven model. We're a franchise operation, a proven business model that we've developed over a period of time. And it talks to really providing people with value for money in our retail environment, where you can purchase an item in a professional environment with professional staff members, 6-month guarantees, and roughly around about half the price you'd expect to pay for them new.
But the thing is, you're not going to be able to get that sort of assurance from anywhere else. I mean, 6-month guarantee on any second-hand products or goods is a myth anywhere else. But let's talk about your experience. You know, there's quite a few misconceptions around buying second-hand. What are some of the ones that you have heard, and how Cash Converters has been able to break those, or tries to break those at least?
Well, the founder of Cash Converters is an Aussie, a guy by the name of Brian Cummings, and he reflects it in the context of saying what he wanted to do was take the industry out of the steam-driven age and put it into the supersonic age. So it's what you think of second-hand traditionally is dark and dingy and cluttered and sometimes dishonest. This is a high street, main street professional operation where you've got professional shop designs, professional shop fitting, professional staff that are trained really, really well. We've just implemented our new corporate identity, which is the international one, which I think you can see on the screens at the moment, rolled that out into the country, and it presents the business as a professional retailer.
The one thing that stood out for me yesterday and the day before when I was out in Joburg spending some time with some of your team members is just how broad the catalogue of products can be. I mean, you find just about anything in these stores, which is absolutely fantastic, whether it's DIY and tools, whether it's sporting equipment, musical equipment, cell phones, TVs, gadgets, you name it. But what is the funniest or strangest product you've ever seen on one of your shelves?
So yes, we generally have standard household goods, but I suppose the funniest that I've seen when I walked into a store one day, a franchisee had a fish bowl over there. There were 2 fish, one white and one goldfish over there, and he called the fish Cash Live, Cash and Converters.
I love it. I love it. If that doesn't show you that you can find just about anything in there, then hey, nothing will. Okay, so not many people know that Cash Converters offers loans too, in addition to buying and selling second-hand goods, right? Tell us about this product.
So this was an innovation we brought in with the National Credit Act just after 2007, and we've got 2 types of loans, effectively a secured loan and an unsecured. And the secured side of things, people, instead of selling their goods directly to us, can use them to raise money. We call that a cash advance. And then on the unsecured side of things, we do traditional unsecured micro-lending, pretty much like any one of the big banks, Capitec or an FNB.
The fantastic thing about this is that you really do never know when you might need instant cash, and you need it right now without the hassle of having to take your blood samples to the bank.
Correct, and that's effectively what we're about. We're about cash now. We provide people with cash on the spot.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so another fact that I wasn't aware of, and I'm reading it here, is that you're a franchise.
Correct.
Full-on franchise. How have you done?
Much like any one of the other international brands, a McDonald's or a KFC, this is an international franchise operation. We have the license here for Southern Africa. We're very proud of that. In fact, the first franchisee I signed 25 years ago is still with us today in his 3rd term of 10 years. And I think it talks to the fact that it's a proven business model, and it's a brand that is well recognized in the country and in the world.
Yeah, and you've been there 25 years.
Only 25 years. Yes.
25 years. We're in good hands. Richard, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, Secondhand is certainly, as you've seen and heard in this conversation, not second best. And here is some exciting news for you. If you send us a fun photo, okay, send us a fun photo of yourself in a cash converter store, buying, selling, or simply just browsing, you stand the chance of winning 2,000 Rand in, listen to this, called Hard Instant Cash. So get yourself to a store ASAP this weekend. Take a picture of yourself, post it on our Facebook page. That's Expresso Morning Show SABC3, or at Expresso Show on Twitter. And of course, you'll find the competition post over there with the hashtag Cash is Selfies, and that cash might just be yours. Of course, all the terms and conditions you can find, they do apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com. Get entering.
Oh.
Who says secondhand is second best? At Cash Converters, you can buy top brands at bargain prices and sell your goods for instant cash.
Indeed, so many exciting competitions going down on our social media pages this morning. Says Princess Winnie, we are doing the most this morning.
Cash
Sabawal, everything that we're giving away today.
I even wore a new wig today because,
I was like,
it's a beautiful
what's
Friday
the occasion?
morning. There's absolutely no occasion. It's just that it's the Samsung takeover today. So I had to look the part, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, since Princess, I think I'm ready for my first cup of coffee this morning. As you can hear, my voice is still trying to warm up to the morning.
Really? So you warm up the coffee as well? Like that warms up your voice?
It warms me up inside.
And then...
Therefore, joy comes out.
Look at that. Look at that, huh? Who scripted that thing? Nobody. It's all natural, baby. All natural. Listen, we'll see you on the other side of a short break. Lots of excitement going down on your Feel Good Breakfast show. You don't want to miss out on a moment. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, head on over to our social media pages, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Have a look around there. Your mind will explode with excitement.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe. Great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Yes, welcome back to it, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso Live on SABC3 on a beautiful Friday. You hear this tune, you know what time it is. It's time to celebrate some birthday. Happy birthday!
Is this just like the standard celebration these days? Whatever's happening?
Okay, time for us to celebrate your birthdays. Kat, we've got a star also celebrating the birthday.
Absolutely, it's a very special person's birthday today. Mr. Bobby van Jaarsveld. I'm sure you might have heard that name a couple of times. He is an Afrikaans music sensation. He's an actor, he's a model, he's a dad, family man, also one of the coaches of The Voice South Africa. And he starred in some big local films, which include Liefling, which include As Jy Sing. I played in that movie with him, which was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Actor?
Hibatung.
Singer, presenter, everything.
Triple credit. I love it.
So happy birthday, feels geluk met jou verjaarsdag, Bobby van Jaarsveld. Enjoy your day, and of course, if you're celebrating it with him, happy birthday to you. We're about to celebrate you right now.
Geniet, Bobby.
And someone is celebrating a very cute birthday this morning, Emma Rose. Now, this is a video from Jill Johnson. Let's check it out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Emma Rose. Happy birthday to you. God bless you today. God bless you always. God bless you and keep you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Emma Rose. I love you. Bye.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
It's the beat, the rhythm is within.
I love it. Okay, well, we got some more birthday wishes here. Here's a 5th birthday dedication to beautiful doll, Ray Lee. We love you and miss you very much. I can't wait to see you. Love from Omi, Nicole, Shala, Rihaz, and Tazia. Happy birthday, Ray Lee, on your 5th birthday today. Beautiful. And then it's Donnell's 11th birthday, guys. It says happy birthday to my boy, Donnell Pillay. May you enjoy your day and all your wishes come true. Love from Dad, Mum, Cristiano, and Mika. Hugs and kisses. Happy birthday, Donnell.
Lovely stuff. Then our boy Mason Prince is turning 3 years old today. You make my days brighter and my nerves thinner. May you always be blessed, little boy. We wish you a very happy birthday. Welcome to the three-nagers. Here, but all right. We love you so much. This is from Mommy, Daddy, from Kylie and Peyton as well. Then happy 19th birthday to our beautiful angel, Tamika de Villiers. May God spare you many more blessings in abundance. Love you lots. This is from your mom, your dad, from Caitlin, Dylan, Devlin, and Kiera as well. Happy birthday, Tamika.
It seems like today we are celebrating youngins. This one is the 20th birthday to my younger sister, Kush. Your big sister, Nasipi Loti, loves you so much.
Love you.
Elaine is also celebrating her birthday. To our dear baby sister, we wish God's richest blessings on your 60th birthday. Lots of love from your sisters and brother, Jerry.
Oh, that's a youngin right there. And then it's Kaylin's birthday as well. Kaylin turns 9 today. Happy 9th birthday to Kaylin Numdu. Mag jy 'n wonderlike dag hê, lief vir jou families.
See?
Daar sê lekker man.
En Oratile.
Ja, my van Oratile vergeet.
Oratile, yeah. Happy 20th birthday to my beloved baby, Oratile Ngcele. May God bless you with many more years to come. I love you so much, baby. Oratile, I'm guessing that that's from your lover.
Beautiful.
Tessa.
I love you so much, baby. All right, listen, beautiful birthday messages coming across there, and we'd love to hear more from you as you celebrate your loved ones, your friends, your family members, even your baby. Yes. Send those 15-second videos through to us to 071-640-6551. And of course, you can also email those birthday wishes to us to birthdays@cardova.tv. And you know what? If it's your special day today, happy birthday.
So it's a big weekend in all sporting codes, but none more bigger than this when it comes to South African cycling. One of the biggest and most beautiful, undoubtedly, bike races, you want to say in South Africa, but in the world, really. The Cape Town Cycle Tour will be taking place this coming weekend. Thousands upon thousands have been preparing hard for the 42nd edition of this iconic race with its incredible routes, some of the most beautiful landscapes you'll see. It circles the Cape Peninsula and, of course, starts and finishes under the shadow of Table Mountain. Here to give us a little bit of general information and some much-needed tips, we have got an incredibly cool guy. Of course, he is the general manager of the Velakaya Life Cycling Academy, Sipho Mona. Sipho, welcome to it, my brother.
Thanks for having me on your show, man.
I say you're an incredible guy because the fruits of your labours, man. You've seen some amazing young riders come through the ranks of Velakaya. For the uninitiated, what is the Life Academy all about? And the fact that you've called it the Velakaya Life Academy, I love that. What was the motivation there? What are you trying to achieve? Not just great cycling, but there seems to be a deeper motivation.
So the whole process of it was just to take kids off the streets and just put them on the bike, because kids, doesn't matter where they're from, whether Bishop's Court or Bishop Lavis, kids love bicycles. But the word itself, Velokaya, velo is bicycle in French. Kaya is home in Xhosa, so it's the bicycle home. But we use it as a carrot to promote education.
It's a great responsibility to have these young people in your care. How much has this changed you, seeing the transformation? We'll talk about some of the successes out on the road, and you've had some major successes there. But when you look at the growth and development of these young people as humans, how has that changed you?
I mean, for starters, I was also part of the program, so I came through all the ranks. So it's, I mean, if you can look at that just on its own, it just tells a lot of stories. So we've had a lot of successes within that, not necessarily in terms of racing, but also in terms of their lifestyle as well, how they keep themselves.
King of the Mountains, some massive, massive wins. Talk me through some of the stars that have come through the ranks that are doing it for real in the pro cycling circuit.
So in the beginning, we had Lutando Kaka, who was the first black rider to ride for a European team in Denmark. And then following that, we had Songezo Jim, who did the Vuelta España and the Giro d'Italia, which are the 3 Grand Tours, which is one of them is Tour de France.
Yeah.
And then we had, we currently, technically speaking, have Nicolas Lamini, who won the King of the Mountains in Australia and also won King of the Mountains as a Tour of Britain. So he's currently stationed in Girona, Spain.
I think one of the high points of our time on Expresso, Kat, myself and you, and got to ride with the Velokaya riders a few years back.
Yeah.
It was really special. That kept us going out on the road there. Are you taking part?
Yes, I am.
How are you feeling, buddy? How's training going?
I just came from a 5-day tour, so yeah, I'll rest today, and then I'll just take the legs off tomorrow and then race on Sunday.
What is key to doing this cycle tour? What makes for a great race? It's not just about finishing it, which is a huge sense of achievement, but you want to enjoy the ride while you're at it. What tips do you have for other riders taking part?
I think if you're a first-timer, honestly speaking, you just need to enjoy the ride, enjoy the views as well, the Atlantic seaboard, you know,
Stunning.
the Gies, the vibe around, you know, Sekerbosi, you know. So
Sekerbosi is tough, man.
I know. But I mean, it's
like this.
The vibe, yeah, it's like a wall.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the vibe. And for those who want to have PBs or best times, you need to make sure, first of all, that you've trained enough. You know, everybody has their records that they want to break, or personal bests, as we call them. So you need to make sure that you keep up on with your times and you're in the right group as well.
If I could ask you for one thing that you need on this race, what is that thing? I remember once someone telling me before I did the Two Oceans nipple plasters. If I didn't know that, I would have been dead in the water. For cycling a race like this, what's the one recommendation you would make? Cramp block? What do you think?
I think the right supplements would be the best, you know, because at the end of the day, you can't ride 109 kilometers with water, unfortunately. So you have to take some electrolytes, you know, so you have to choose something that works for you, but make sure that you don't choose it the day before. You must use something that you've been using and that you are used to.
Okay, you've heard it from the man himself. How very quickly can people support Velokaya and see what you guys are up to?
We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram as well, Velokaya Life Cycling Academy on Facebook. We have Velokaya on Twitter, and then Velokaya_Academy on Instagram. So we're also on the web as well, www.velokaya.com.
And I would say join that train if you can, out on the road. Look out for the riders, go and join them. Look out for Siba. All the best of luck. You're going to stick around. We're going to chat a bit more about the event and what you guys can expect coming out of probably the biggest and most beautiful cycling event to hit South African shores.
It really is one of the most beautiful ones.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've never done it before, well, I guess it's too late to sign up now.
Yeah,
but get yourself ready for next year.
You can support. You can watch it, you can stream it, you can go cheer them on as they cycle, right?
But you know what it's not too late for? For you to enter the incredible giveaway that we've got going on today. We are giving away one of two Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra devices. And you could see the range that are here. We'll be talking about them after the break, unpacking them as it were. We've got the Samsung family here, CEO and President of Samsung Africa, Mr. Yunus here, and he's brought together all of his team to give us the excitement of Samsung's 2020 vision. And of course, you can head on over to our Facebook page or onto our Twitter page as well. An opportunity for you to win one of these today. The competition closes at 8 o'clock, so you have about an hour and 10 minutes.
You need to get going.
It's exciting.
There's no time.
It's
Come
exciting.
on.
Get entering.
Yo.
Right now.
Now.
Tropica Island of Treasure is back for a 9th season, and this time around we're coming to you from the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao. Here, 6 celebrities and 6 smooth fans will pair up to compete for fame and fortune and the smoothest treasure of all, a shared 1 million rand. 3, 2, 1, go! Catch the new season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. from the 3rd of March on SABC3.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a Friday morning, and never has a Friday felt so fry-yay, and I'm sure everyone in the studio would certainly agree. Now, there's a good reason why Samsung are the most loved brand in the country, if not the world. They've recently kicked off the new decade with 2 new incredible releases that are driving innovation in the mobile phone industry. First, the much-anticipated Galaxy Z Flip, which was released last week, which introduced a new category of phone with its foldable display and has already sold out twice. And now it's finally time to talk about the Galaxy S20 and its incredible features, specifically the camera, which has been dubbed the camera to end all cameras. And of course, as we promised, you at home have the chance to win one of 2 Galaxy S20 Ultra smartphones. Now, one winner will be on Facebook and the other on Twitter. So head on over to those competition posts right now and tell us which 2 features are your favorite and why. And make sure that you include the hashtag Galaxy S20 in your answer. The competition closes at 8 a.m., so waste no time. But first, let's introduce the most epic team in the country right now. Team Samsung, Mr. Sang Yoon is here, President and CEO of Samsung Africa, Justin Hume, Director of Integrated Mobility, Cambridge Mokanyane, Chief Marketing Officer, as well as Kagiso Kaole, Head of Content and Services, and the all-round tech guru and content creator, Grant Hines, are all here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Samsung takeover. It's a beautiful day. Great to have you all here. Very good morning.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
I can only imagine that the excitement must still be at fever pitch, given the past couple of weeks, past couple of months that have been happening at Samsung. But I'm going to start off with you first, Mr. Yoon, and let's talk about Samsung's 2020 vision and what it is all about.
Yes, 2020 is a big year for us at Samsung. Right? We always trying to bring lots of innovations, excitement. So let me share what's the Samsung strategy in 2020. First is the innovation. So we always trying to bring the latest, greatest innovation into South Africa. So throughout the last decade, we created many new innovation in smartphone industry. For example, 2019, we introduced the Galaxy Fold, which created a new smartphone category.
Yes.
And the all media called it the most innovative smartphone over a decade. So we won't stop there.
Yes.
Because innovation is a part of Samsung's DNA. That's why, as you said, 2 weeks ago, we launched this Galaxy Fold.
Oh, man.
Most beautiful phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And today, we brought the revolutionary Galaxy S20, right, launching today. So I'm going to tell you, the Expresso is the first stop for us for our product roadshow.
I mean, yes, Expresso family. The first stop for Team Samsung to come here and talk about this very innovative device, and we are very, very excited to be part of this journey.
The second part of our strategy in 2020 is how we can bring an excitement into South African market. Today, I think we brought a rain to Cape Town.
Which is always very, very welcome indeed.
So what we think the excitement is we always need to align with the local team and combined with the Samsung global strategy.
Yeah.
So first, always we are trying to listen to the local market. What do they need? Right? So, Katla, you understand how much I love South Africa.
Oh, no, I know that very, very well, because I've seen the love you share for the country.
Beautiful scenery and warm-hearted people. And I have learned for the last 4 years in South Africa. Right? South Africans are very diverse and very passionate.
Absolutely.
Very, very passionate. That's what I was told. So what I learned is local is lekker.
Yes.
Which means, yes. Which means local is the best. So, for example, 2019, when we launched the Galaxy A series, new series in 2019, we need someone teach us to be cool. So that's why we listen to the local and locally partnered with Casper. Who is the leader on the hip hop in South Africa and going global. That was big excitement.
A genius
in the market.
Yeah.
So we don't stop there because excitement is a part of our DNA too. So this year we extend our partnership with the Bonang, who is the citizen ambassador. and the Miss Universe.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
right?
look at that.
Beyond.
This was also just kind of incredible, taking two women who are at the forefront of not just their industries, but are inspiration for the entire nation. And you've put them up there with you, which is, once again, a genius stroke.
Yeah, the excitement with them is because they are the global leader. In the global leader, they are not just South African only. So we want South Africa is taking all the leadership in the global. That's all the excitement we want to bring in 2020.
My word. And man, have you done that in just bucket loads. I mean, when we talk about what happened a couple of weeks ago, Justin, you guys were at the different malls and you had Bonang launching the Galaxy Z Flip in Sandton. Grant was here in Cape Town. And you sold out twice.
Correct.
With this device.
I mean, it's an amazing device. And I know today we're here to talk about the S20, which is awesome, but we've got to go back and have a look at the Galaxy Z Flip.
I mean, you're about to just very skillfully pull out of it. There we go.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but it's incredible. I mean, we've got a 6.7-inch display device here. So all the screen estate that you need to watch a show like this online and the like. And, typically one of the kind of consumer comments has been, yeah, I want a big screen, but I don't want a big phone. I mean, literally all I do now is I simply just fold the device in half and snap it shut.
And it looks beautiful.
It is incredibly beautiful. Compact design, fits in the palm of your hand, and you can see why South Africans fell in love with it. So, as you said, I mean, we launched it 2 weeks ago. We had it at our Galaxy Studios, as we call it, in Joburg, Cape Town, Durban. Sold out. Yeah. Sold out over the 2 weekends, and we're now having it on national availability. So it's been a phenomenal journey.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And I mean, for you, Cambridge, seeing all the numbers coming in, it must just kind of jump out at you. The excitement is amazing. To know that Samsung remains one of the most loved brands, as I said, in South Africa, if not the world. And how does that make you feel?
It really makes us feel very humbled, but also very much loved. Sang earlier spoke about excitement in the market. We really want to get South Africans excited. We're a global leading brand, but also really want to work with South Africans who are also global leading edge in their own industries. For example, Casper's Fill Up concert is the biggest hip hop concert outside of Wembley with Eminem. And then let me tell you a story.
Wow.
Let me tell you a story how we got to be working with Zozibini Tunzi, our Miss Universe.
Yes.
So we were looking, the brand philosophy of Samsung is do what you can't. And we look at who could really embody the values of do what you can't. And as we were sitting there thinking, she was also thinking on the other side, who can she partner with on her educational endeavors as Miss Universe? So the two literally just collided by telepathy, and she landed in South Africa the day before our Unpacked event launch, and we met up and we actually formed a partnership. That's how it was formed.
There.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And then really just shows how the two brands came together. Yeah. But let me tell you another story, how we got Bonang to be one of our brand ambassadors.
Yeah, because let's be honest, she's probably not one of the people that you just easily have on speed dial and go, hey, B, so let's do this.
Well, you got to
So when we saw the device for the first time, and we held it in our hands in South Africa, in fact, we first saw it in Korea, the only one name came to mind, it was Bonang.
Wow.
Because she's a philanthropist in her own right, she's stylish, she's bold, she's fashionable, and sometimes we even call the Z Flip the Bonang phone.
Oh, right.
Because it really embodies the values of that person who's also a global ambassador.
Yeah.
And I think in line with working with excellence in South Africa, we're also a sponsor of the World Cup champions, the Rugby World Cup champions. For the next 4 years,
I mean,
those are our champions, and we still sponsor the World Cup champions, and we're very excited about that.
Oh, incredible stuff. So, Kagiso, from your perspective, when we speak about localized marketing, Samsung also extends beyond that. I mean, you've got great collaborators to work with. Tell me about what your role has been and how you are taking the brand to new heights.
I mean, we've got our phones, we've got the smartwatches, we've got the buds, and they all connect together, to make your life a lot easier and simpler. But, it's not about the hardware. It's also about the software and the services that come together to expand on that. So we spoke to South Africans and they told us we want a simple and safer way to pay. And we brought Samsung Pay, one of the few countries to have that. And then people tell us that we love getting our health in our hands, we like staying active, and that's why we've been focusing on Samsung Health.
Yeah.
And the lost one is really painful. You know, life happens. Sometimes those clumsy moments can be really soul-crushing.
Yeah.
I mean, you drop your phone and you don't know what to do.
And you question yourself as a person, like, am I really worthy of life?
Exactly. I mean, so that's why we've been investing really heavily into our Samsung Care program, which makes it really affordable to, you know, get that peace of mind around using your phone. And, you know, that culmination of the ecosystem is really what makes this great.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. G-Funk Delicious, my man, Grant Hines. How exciting has it been for you as somebody whom I would refer to as a king content creator in the country? I love your work and being part of this exciting brand.
I mean, yeah, no, Samsung have been absolutely incredible. Since the S10, a large focus of the devices has been enabling people to make things. And enabling us to be creative. And when you see the S20 Plus, when you see the S20 Ultra, like, you just see how powerful those cameras are. And we're going to be demonstrating it to you in a little bit, and it's going to blow your mind. Literally, you haven't seen what this phone can do until we show it to you in person, because what we're able to make and what it empowers us to do is on a level that no other device has introduced before.
So when we talk about the camera to end all cameras, that's legit what we mean.
We mean it.
I'm very, very excited, and I hope that you are too at home. And of course, remembering that on this Friday, yes, this Friday, today, until 8 o'clock, the competition is open on our social media pages, on our Facebook page and on our Twitter page as well. We're giving away 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra devices. What you need to do is go onto each one of those platforms and let us know which 2 features of this device do you love the most, and then we'll have a winner chosen by the end of the show. Good luck to you. You don't want to miss out on this competition, and we'll be chatting and unpacking more about the wonderful Samsung Galaxy S20 series. Thank you very much for joining us again, Samsung family. Great to have you back.
Woo. Come on now. Come on. On that note, time for us to take a look at the 7 o'clock headlines, starting off here at home, where the Gauteng provincial government has placed the city of Tshwane under administration. This after Tshwane, which includes the capital, Pretoria, has been dissolved after months of political squabbles. Tshwane currently has no mayor and no city council as rival parties vie for control. An administrator will now be appointed to run Tshwane until a new council is elected within 90 days. President Cyril Ramaphosa says he is satisfied with the country's preparedness to deal with the outbreak of the coronavirus. This after South Africa's first confirmed coronavirus victim has been revealed to be a 38-year-old father of 2 from Hilton, KwaZulu-Natal, who had returned from Italy, where he was with a group of 10 people. He arrived at OR Tambo International Airport and from there flew to Durban on the 1st of March. At the time, he didn't present with the coronavirus symptoms, but on the 3rd of March, he consulted a private general practitioner with symptoms of fever, headache, malaise, a sore throat, and not much of a cough. He has been self-isolating since March the 3rd, and the doctor has also been isolated. In international headlines, almost 300 million students in 13 countries worldwide are facing weeks at home, with Italy the latest country to shut schools over the deadly new coronavirus. This as the International Monetary Fund has urged an all-out global offensive against the epidemic. More than 95,000 people have been infected and over 3,200 have died worldwide from the virus, which has now reached some 80 countries and territories. Now, the oldest Egyptian pyramid has officially reopened after many years of restoration work. The Djoser Step Pyramid in Saqqara dates back 4,700 years back and was built during the 3rd dynasty of the pharaohs. Work on its restoration began nearly 15 years ago. It was interrupted for several years during the unrest that followed the uprising against ex-president Hosni Mubarak. The design of the pyramid set the style for the Great Pyramids of Giza. And now, news of 2 South African scenic drives making Big 7 Travel's 50 world's best. No less than 2 South African scenic drives have made the list, the Big 7 Travel's 50 most scenic drives in the world. The densely wooded forests and breathtaking canyons of the panoramic route in Mpumalanga came in 47th. This awe-inspiring route links many of the country's cultural points and natural wonders, such as the world's 3rd largest canyon, the Blade River in Canyon. Chapman's Peak Drive bagged the 40th place. Chapman's Peak Drive on the Atlantic coast between Hout Bay and Noordhoek in the Cape Peninsula was described by Big 7 Travel's social media audience, made up of 1.5 million followers, as one of the most stunning views in the world. And on that note, that's where we leave it for now. The next update in just over an hour. Here's Graham with a look at your sport.
It was nothing short of heartbreak for the Proteas woman who suffered a narrow 5-run loss based on the Duckworth-Lewis Stern method to the defending champions and hosts Australia in the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Sydney. After a delayed start, the Aussies were able to post 134 for 5 in their 20 overs. South Africa were then chasing a rain revised 98 from 13 overs, finished on 92 for 5. So Australia will now face the front-runners for the tournament, India, in the final on Sunday. On to Sevens news. Fresh off their win in Los Angeles, the Springbok Sevens team will head into this weekend's Vancouver Sevens as the defending champions. Last year, the Blitzboks clinched the title in Canada after beating France in that final. This weekend, they'll face Japan, Argentina and England in a pretty tough pool stage. Coach Neil Powell made one change to his team, swapping the roles of Mfundo Ndlovu and JC Pretorius. Pretorius will still remain on the official reserve list, and Ndlovu will then make his first appearance in the 2020 HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. On to the 15-man game. There'll be 7 Super Rugby fixtures taking place over the weekend. The table-topping Stormers, they'll be the only team resting this weekend in their first bye of the season. The biggest fixture today will see the reigning champions, the Crusaders, going up against the Reds. Then tomorrow, the Rebels host the Lions at AMI Park. That kicks off at 10:15. Then the Sharks go head-to-head with last year's finalists, the Jaguares, at 5 minutes past 3. Subu and Corsi also returning to the fold there. And the final fixture of the day sees the winless Bulls welcome New Zealand's Highlanders to their Fortress Loftus Fastfeld from 5:15. Then on to football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Man United cruised past the English Football League club Derby County 3-0 in the FA Cup. That was at Pride Park Stadium late last night. Defender Luke Shaw opening the scoring for the visitors, and forward Odion Ugalo slotting 2 more goals to hand the Red Devils the win. United will now face Norwich City in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Then, of course, the Red Devils will be in action again this weekend when they face rivals Man City in the Manchester Derby, taking place at Old Trafford. That match at 6:30 on Sunday. And then finally, and staying with news from the English Premier League, don't expect to see the pre-match handshakes between teams and officials at any of the Premier League matches. The league yesterday announced that handshakes will no longer take place. That, of course, due to fears over the spread of the coronavirus. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the roads.
Thank you very much, G-Man. Let's take a look at the roads. Indeed, at 7 o'clock, we start off in Gauteng Art in Jet Park, where there has been an accident on the N12 westbound. That's after Atlas Road. The left lane is blocked and causing heavy delays, so please do keep a lookout for this. If you're in the Western Cape, Milnerton on the N7 southbound, there is congestion. That's before the N1 inbound ramp. Heavy delays are expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. And a look at the train lines. Metro Rail on the Northern Line, there is an extended travel time. That's of 30 to 40 minutes. It's on the Strand and Muldersvlei line due to current infrastructure conditions. Sets are out of service over there, as well as defective sets, so please be sure to allow enough travel time this morning. That's where we leave it for now. Here is Kuhle with a look at your weather.
The time is now 6 minutes past 7. It's time to have a more extensive look at the weather. But first, we have asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. This one comes from Chanel Moodley, who sent us the stunning one from Darnell in KZN, where clear skies are expected with plenty of sunshine and little to no wind, reaching a maximum of 28 degrees. Gary Uka sent us this incredible skyline from East London, where times of sun and clouds are expected with a strong northeasterly wind, reaching a maximum of 29 degrees. We absolutely love seeing those pictures, so make sure to keep them going, keep them flowing on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. Now to have a look at the temperatures for the rest of the country. Siqala ePolokwane. It's a partly cloudy day in Polokwane with a minimum temperature of 13, reaching a maximum of 26. High humidity from Bombela at a low of 16 and a high of 26. It's a sunny day in Pretoria, though, with the maximum temperature of 28 degrees and a low of 13. Clear skies for Johannesburg at 11 as your low, reaching a high of 26. A partly cloudy day in Mahikeng, temperatures ranging between 15 as the low, peaking at 30 degrees. And the coolest start to the morning this Friday is in Klerksdorp with the minimum temperature of 12, reaching a maximum of 30. Northeasterly wind of 13 kilometers an hour in Kimberley at 17 as the minimum temperature, reaching a maximum of 33. A sunny day also in Bloemfontein with a peak of 30 degrees and a low of 14. Richards Bay 1929, Pietermaritzburg 1528, and plenty of sunshine for South Africa's playground Durban with a minimum of 21 degrees, reaching a maximum of 28. Now down to the Eastern Cape, Mthatha, your low is 14, reaching a high of 30. Northeasterly wind of 24 kilometers in East London with a minimum of 21, reaching a maximum of 29. Craddock, a sunny day for you with temperatures peaking at 37 today and a low of 14, so make sure to keep hydrated. Port Elizabeth, Epai, 28. High humidity for George at 21 as the minimum, reaching a maximum of 28. A partly cloudy day in Sutherland with a low of 14, reaching a high of 31. In the Mother City, Cape Town, 1832 are the temperatures this Friday. Worcester, 1937. And the highest temperature in the country goes to Springbok at a maximum temperature of 37 degrees with the minimum of 20. Uppington, your temperatures range from 22, reaching a high of 36. Whatever the weather it is in your part of the country, please make sure to have yourselves a fantastic, fantastic Friday morning.
Well, in case your Friday morning hasn't yet turned fantastic, come on with it. Get onto our Facebook page, get onto our Twitter page as well. We're giving you the chance to win one of 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultras.
It is so exciting. And a bit later on, we're going to be checking out the phone. We're digging into the features of this phone and looking at why it is the phone to have, the must-have phone. And well, you said the camera.
They're saying the camera to end all cameras.
Which is saying a lot, because there's some pretty impressive cameras out there.
Yeah.
I think the best feature of this phone is that it's right in front of us right now. That is probably the best feature. But you guys need to do a little digging, and you certainly need to take notes this morning when we delve into the features of this amazing phone. Maybe the camera is your choice. Maybe there's something else. We're going to be unpacking it as we progress. Then you've got to go onto our Facebook page or Twitter page, look for the competition post, give us 2 motivations, 2 reasons, 2 features of this phone that you love and why you love them, and we could be giving you one of these amazing flagship devices.
Yeah. Also make sure to tag at Samsung Mobile SA and Expresso Show. That's our official hashtag. And of course use hashtag Galaxy S20. Now you only have until 8 a.m. this morning to enter, so please don't waste any time. You can drop off the kids later. Is that okay? Oh, we're late. Wait, I'm trying to win a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra.
Get them involved. Get them involved, man.
Get entering.
Money. Money.
Welcome back. It's a Friday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day. And of course, we're always in great spirits when Team Samsung are in the house. And today, more specifically, because we're getting a masterclass, a front row to the latest that technology has to offer. And today, we're looking at one of the masterpiece devices of this decade, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra smartphone, which my friend Grant Hines happens to be holding in his hand. Mr. Yun is also here, as well as Justin, to give us a bit of a breakdown before we get to the demo, right? Yeah. One question that I got from a friend of mine was, we had the S10, S10 Plus last time. Wait, how did we get to S20? Did we jump a decade? What happened?
Yes, we call this is a Galaxy S20 instead of a Galaxy 11.
Yes.
Right? That's not because of this is the year 2020. Galaxy S20 has completely game-changing, innovative features. That's why we want to call Galaxy S20.
Yeah.
So there are three key the innovations we have with the Galaxy S20. First is beautiful design.
Yeah.
Beautiful design. People love this small punch hole. You cannot recognize it. And the bezel, there is actually bezel-less. So you can, consumers can have a very immersive viewing experience with the new Galaxy S20, right? This is why much bigger 6.9-inch phone fits into my small hand, right? It's comfortable, very comfortable, although it's a 6.9-inch. So that's the first innovation, beautiful design. Second is breakthrough camera. Justin and Grant will tell you more of how many exciting camera functions we have. And third part is unrivaled performance. There's a lot of new innovations in the content service.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of it all, Justin. Let's talk about what has changed in this quantum leap of a device.
So, I mean, we spoke a bit about the camera, right, in that regard, but I want to just take one step back for a second here. So it's not a device, it's actually three different devices that we've got in the range. So we've got our S20, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra, the big daddy of the lot here. So, and really, as Sung was mentioning, it's about what fits for you. So we've got a 6.2-inch screen, a 6.7-inch screen, 6.9-inch screen, and we're on the Ultra. And even when you get to that size, it is comfortable in your hand because we've gone with a bezel-less display. So it's edge-to-edge screen that we've got here. So you're getting all that real estate without compromising on size and the like. And on top of that, and we're going to show some pictures shortly here, I mean, an awesome range of colours. So whether we go from a cosmic grey to all the way to a cloud blue, cloud pink, or cosmic black, there's something in it for everybody. In that regard.
I was wondering what the grey colour was. Cosmic grey, Grant. Cool.
Cosmic grey. I mean, to go with the Galaxy, right? In that regard. But I mean, it is the camera that is the standout feature of the product. Okay?
Camera to end all cameras.
It is the camera to end all cameras. And I want to actually use the Galaxy S20 Ultra as our showcase there. So Grant here is helping me out. He's got my phone here. And the very first thing that we've got is a 108 megapixel camera. Now, 108 megapixels, so what does that mean?
What does that actually mean?
Okay, in that regard. Now, 108 megapixels is resolution. Resolution is our key challenge that we've had, as consumers of these products and the like. And literally what we want to do is bump that up. So top-end cameras today, top-end mobile phone cameras, probably around about 12 megapixels, maybe up to 64 megapixels. We now take this right up to 108. That means I can take a picture of the plant on this table and I can zoom in almost to a microscopic level. But now, and that's the second part of it, is what we're defining as space zoom. So space zoom allows us to zoom up to 100 times. So, again, Sung was saying about why S10 to S20, it's a quantum leap. We've done the same thing here from what would typically be 10, 15, 30 times zooms all the way to 100 times zooms. So, I'm looking out the window right now. I can see Table Mountain the silver
part of the berg behind us.
Okay.
That would be serious zoom if you could check out Table Mountain from here.
100%. So, I mean, literally zooming across it, I can zoom all the way across to Brazil. No, but it's on a serious note, we can. So I could be, let's pick Table Mountain as an example. I'm standing at the base, I can zoom all the way up and get the cable car right up at the top and get my image from there. I mean, that's the power of that resolution and that type of camera.
And I love the fact that, you know, Samsung has pushed the innovation, the technology is available, and you've given it to the people right now in our hands while you work on the next generation of exciting and innovative technology. So that's the camera to indoor cameras.
Correct. I mean, there's one part of the camera that we've got here.
Okay.
So, I mean, what Grant's got up here is a little shot that we did at the Nature Reserve, the Lion Park, a couple of days ago. So you've got to picture this, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Along comes the phone, all right, from our head office out of our factory, the very first one. And, you know, we're all getting excited about it and everything. And we want to go give it a go, see what this camera can do. So we head off to, you know, what would a consumer do? What would, we want to do it on a safari or whatever it might be. So we head off to the Lion Park and we try and get some shots in here. Now, what we recorded is an 8K video recording capability. Now, to put that in context, okay, top-end mobile phones today can record in 4K, if you're lucky, okay? We now go 4 times higher than that, up to 8K resolution in that regard. Now, to put it again in context, it's probably the cameras in the studio don't even get up to that kind of resolution.
No way.
Okay, in that regard.
I've just received confirmation from my director, they do not.
They do not.
Our cameras do not record in 4K. What you're seeing right now is not in 4K, but that phone can do it. Oh, my word.
Even on the screen, this is a 4K resolution TV screen behind us here. So the phone has a higher output than what you are seeing even on this display here. So we're talking about a phone that can record and play back in the domain of 100,000 Rand TVs. Okay?
That is incredible.
But that's just the beginning part of it. What's really great about this is what we call 8K video snap. So Grant's going to help me out here with the S20 Ultra.
So Justin took this video?
Yeah.
Can you, like...
How close were you to this slide?
That's what I'm worried about. Like, he came back, I took this video, I was like,
very close, man.
So here's the line. Yeah, you know, no. So one, power of the zoom, right? Get it nice and tight from this. Then what we did here is we recorded the shot, and then at any point in the video, I can stop, I can go back and find that perfect moment. So we saw a little moment where the lion was yawning and that, and straight from there, I was able to tap that image and pull out a still image that's at 33 megapixels. Now, that's billboard quality resolution.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is from video. I can see, I don't know if you can get that on camera there, but I mean, this is...
Remember, these cameras aren't even 4K in the video, which you watch at home.
What you're doing there.
I mean, but you can even see those little fibers on the lion's tongue that it uses.
That's a tick. That's a tick on the lion's cheek.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's absolutely crazy. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, and that you get from a video. That's not the picture itself. That's incredible.
So, I mean, so think about it. You go whale watching out here, you get that epic shot, video of the whale breaching the water droplets coming down.
Because that's always the thing, right?
You never get it, right?
Yeah, because you always are caught up between, am I going to take a video of this incredible moment, or am I going to try and frantically snap away 100%. To capture that moment? Now you don't have to think about that.
You don't at all. You record it in video, 8K video, and then you simply pause and you get that moment where that water droplet's coming down or whatever. Different league altogether.
All right, okay. And then there's something called the single take feature.
This is a pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
And this is where a guy like Grant, in fact, I'm going to leave it to Grant to explain. So I think nobody does it better.
I'm really excited about this feature. So if you had a wedding or if you're hiring photographers for something, what they do is they take like thousands of pictures, right? Then they go home and they give you something called a select. It's like a bunch of pre-edited photos that you can select from those, and then they'll give you your final run once you've pulled it down from that.
Okay.
Now imagine that there was an artificial intelligence that could do that for you. So the phone does that with single take. It's pretty straightforward. You can shoot like 15 or 30-second videos. We did a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And then what it will do selects little videos, little short clips, little treatments that you can share on social media with your friends and with your family without you necessarily having to be creative, because you might not have the time to do it, but you want to bust out as many of these. You need something very quickly. And you know what it's like also being like in the social media domain, you want to get stuff out fast. There's TikTok, there's Instagram stories, there's Facebook stories, all of those, even YouTube has stories now, and being able to sit and edit for all those platforms is tiring.
Like the other day, at the launch of the new show that we have, Tropica Island of Treasure, I was trying to just be everything, like do live videos and photos and boomerangs and everything.
But you don't have to anymore. Cool. The artificial intelligence on the chipset of the new device does it for you. So here's something I took behind the scenes a little bit earlier. I'm really proud of this. We were going on air in 30 seconds. So I took a 15-second clip. This is not it's not a joke. And the AI within a second has already pre-edited and done different treatments for the photo. So here's
that's
one
a snap.
So that's a snap from the
Like,
from the
what are
video.
you doing, Grant? We're about to go live.
Yeah, he was like, what's going on? Let me just pull it up here. Then there are different treatments here. There's a little video, and then I went around to Lucian, who's at the back directing, and then to
Prosper.
Hey, what's happening? Then maybe you want a black and white treatment of the photo.
Wow,
I didn't do this. Remember, the artificial intelligence is doing this for you. What about a different background effect? So this picture over here has got a different blur effect to the background. You can change it. And change the different, like you want a less of a blur,
Less of it.
you want more of a blur. One of my favorite functions is like a zoom blur that Samsung do. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
It's really dramatic, so I'm just going to cancel that because I want to get into, I want to get back into the different effects.
Yeah.
Then also just like really fun stuff like this. How cool would that be on TikTok? And the phone is doing it for you.
Yeah.
Just to jump in for a second, I mean, Grant pushed the button once.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just being able to share this to Facebook or whatever. You don't have to do.
Look at that.
The longer you film, the more subject matter that you get. The AI works out. Oh, that's a plate of food. That's a plant. That's your dog. That's your
a
friends.
cool moment.
Yeah, and then it will work out what is the best for you. So the more you use it, the better it will get. And the longer you shoot for, so if we did 15 seconds quickly, if you shoot for 30 seconds, it's going to be able to snap as much as possible, which is great if you want to share as much and look cool doing it, because some people just aren't good at it. I'm not talking about my mom.
This is incredible. Okay, there are obviously many features to get excited about. Another one is bright night.
100%. I mean, so we chatted about it, right, when we brought out our Galaxy S9 a couple of years ago, and about how do we take over 60% of our photographs in low light conditions. And typically you get these dark, grainy images and the like. So what we've got on the side here is what a typical photograph would be of a backyard environment at night.
Okay.
With bright night, because we've increased the size of the sensor on the device, plus the way in which the Galaxy S20 actually takes the images and composites the images, we're able to go from a really dark environment without adding any extra light and to create something where we can actually see. It almost looks a little bit like it's maybe about 5 p.m.
Yeah, late afternoon.
Late afternoon kind of vibe and everything like that. So never again are you going to be in a situation where you've capturing that moment, it's in the dark and what have you, and then you get this image that means absolutely nothing to
it
you.
becomes like forgettable.
Correct, yeah. You're able to get awesome quality. And that's not only for static imagery. We're able to do that on video as well. So, and that's typically been the issue. And what normally happens is that when we're taking an image, it's fine in a static place like that, but as soon as there's any movement in the background, you start getting that motion blur. You know those pictures that you see of like a New York cab in Times Square where it's yellow and it's got this trail of light behind it.
Yeah.
Now that's cool sometimes when you want
an
that
effect, yeah, of course.
But sometimes you actually want to get the shot in here. And with bright night, we're able to get perfect clarity.
And like Justin was saying, 60% of the shots that we do take are in low light. So whether it's at parties with your friends, and in situations where there isn't like a light like this, we're in a studio now. So we're very lucky to be able to take pictures in this space.
Yeah.
But most of us can't. And also a lot of us can't judge what the light situation is like. So allowing the phone and trusting the phone to take shots in low light means that you're going to be the one taking photos at every party. So I can't use my phone. Come, cat, come. Bring the Ultra. You're
going to have to start charging people take photos at
I mean, look at that. That's low light for photography is one of the biggest challenges that we've had in recent history.
Yeah.
And just to be able to see this on a mobile device with the sensor size is mind-blowing. I can't imagine what the future is going to be like. We're going to be taking photos in pitch black soon.
Wow. Monsieur, do you have a favorite feature?
Yeah, actually, out of Galaxy S20, I was in Cape Town 2 days ago at the University of the Western Cape. So I had the launch of what we call Samsung Future Lab. And we donated the Future Lab together with the Minister of Communication and Digital Technologies. So the Miss Stella Mdabeni Abrams was there too. So it was the first time I was using this one 100 times zoom. So when I tried to explain, hey, it has 100 times zoom, and try to show the cars at the parking lot, which is more than 200 meters away. So we cannot recognize the plate numbers. when I zoomed in, you can see the plate numbers.
Wow.
So everyone said, wow. And the other one is we didn't prepare, but if you zoom in the camera, right?
Into the...
Yes.
So you're into the carpet.
Look at this. This is the carpet underneath. Do you want me to do something in studio quick?
So
100 times zoom.
The vice chancellor, all the faculties at the University of Western Cape said, wow, is that 100 times the zoom?
That's what 100 times,
100 times the zoom.
Like. Wow.
And they said, I can find some the lost jewelries or diamond type of thing.
There we go. Yeah. Listen, if you're not yet excited, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but stop what you're doing because you have until 8 o'clock, which gives you 30 minutes from now to win yourself your very own Galaxy S20 Ultra. And there are 2 that we are giving away, so get on it. Head on over to our Expresso Facebook page or onto our Twitter page and tell us what are your 2 favorite features and why. Also remember to include the hashtag Galaxy S20 and you could be in the running to win one of these incredible devices. And remember that all T's and C's that apply can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Find yourself daydreaming of fairy tale lands, paradise beaches, and glamorous cities? With a sprinkle of magic, Travel Start is making your travel dreams come true. Their Dream Week sale is finally here. Get ready to mark your calendar from the 2nd to the 6th of March 2020 and sign up for great savings to mega cities. Chase those pinch me moments with travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you gorgeous people. This is it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso Live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Friday.
It is indeed.
Friday, right?
Yay, that's absolutely exciting.
So much happening on the box office at the moment. In fact, let's take a look at the top 5 movies that are rocking it on the box office.
New movies, Elizabeth Moss goes see-through misogyny, or Harrison Ford and his four-legged friend. But Old Dog, Old Tricks only fetches a 5th open for Call of the Wild. 12 weeks, 12 billion rand, that's a ton of Jumanji, the next level, holds forth. Got stood up for movie date night, had to be The Invisible Man, opening 3rd. A quarter century after the 5-0 bromance blossomed, it's still Bad Boys for Life in 2nd. And running rings around the competition for a 2nd week, it's Sonic the Hedgehog in pole position.
Whoa, some really fantastic ones there. All those movies that you people out there are watching. But it's time for us to check out now what movies we need to be checking out, coming out today. Some of them have already out. They already have been out, what, a day or two maybe. Starting with Hansel and Gretel.
What do you guys ever know, though? Because like you just said that you people are watching. Do you realize that you're trapped in the studio? When was the last time you saw a movie?
I mean, I see the trailers.
It's been a while.
I live off trailers.
Who is taking you to movies?
And we live off you and your information that you give to us about the movie.
And then they just turn off the lights and just leave them in studio and they just sit here on their phones.
No one ever asks us out to go watch a movie.
That's very
true. Let's go on a triple date, guys.
Honestly,
all of us.
guys, maybe a group movie date. Sounds fantastic.
Very open-minded.
Maybe we can start with the horror.
Yes. Are you into horror movies?
No.
Okay, so here we go.
But it sounds exciting.
Gretel and Hansel, obviously based on...
Has the name changed?
Yes. Like I said, it's 2020. So the lady takes the front here, and she is the older sister, obviously, to Hansel, who is a young boy. They're both destitute. They're hungry. They're trawling through the forest, looking for some way to survive. It's an old fairy tale thing, the Brothers Grimm type thing. They come across a cottage which has delicious desserts in
And
it.
they're just
all
like,
sorts
yes,
of like
this
tasty
is the
foods.
one.
Like, which normal person, though? You're just like, absolutely, I would go into a forest and go eat a stranger's food. Is that what you do?
Just randomly walking.
This is what I want. La, 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 la.
Nevertheless, it gives us a good horror movie to look at. And hey, I've not seen it yet, but I actually am keen to look at stuff like this. I find very disturbing in the gnarled trees and the rocks and the fallen leaves and the asymmetry of it all.
Like
to see sharp geometrical figures. To see like classically,
That's
like, you know.
Satanism. Those are symbols
already jinxed it. Well, it's got to do with witches, so it has to be scary. I love the design of this. So it looks really, really creepy, really well made, and it is by a director who knows what he's doing. But you've got Sophia Lillis, who a lot of people know from It, the movies, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, that's where you know her face from. But it looks like some classical stuff as well. If you know Ingmar Bergman, if you know The Seventh Seal, if you know Jodorowsky, clearly giving a tribute to all those kinds of things, but from a classical fairy tales perspective. What I also like to see is that there's not a bunch of jump scares that you're looking at here. And that stuff's fine here and there, but it's just like fixated on like worming into your unconscious and getting under your skin and into your nervous system and stuff.
Don't do that.
Wow.
No.
My dogs, that's my culture.
You know what? I'm not a horror person, but I feel like based on the picture, the cinematography of the, I would actually stay at home and watch it with some friends.
Watch it with some friends. Well, I suppose you can't stay at home and watch it with some friends because then you would be doing some piracy. It's only at the cinemas.
No, when it's out, I'm going to wait for it to be out on like the...
Outing her, yeah. You know her style.
Okay, in the movie.
I know you. I've seen you buying those DVDs.
She'd be cheating on us as a triple date as well.
Oh, yes, okay.
The photograph. The photograph is another one. So a photographer dies. Her daughter's distraught in this one. Tell us more.
Because the photographer had a tumultuous relationship with her daughter, who is played by Issa Rae.
Yes.
Who we know usually from comedies, but clearly is doing a lot more dynamic and versatile things for her. That's great. Lakeith Stanfield as well, such a great actor.
Love Get Out guy.
Yes, that's where everyone first saw him, with the hat and the photograph and all that kind of... Anyway, well, hey, actually another photograph to speak of. That's a different story, though. The story here is that she comes across this box of memories that her mother leaves her. Letters, because her mother never knew how to communicate with her, was always estranged, always distant, and she worries about repeating the mistakes of the past. Do I become like my parents? Do I run away from relationships? Was it running away, though? Did her mother have another story that she's taken for granted? Can I forgive my parents? And then on top of all of that, you get to encounter this handsome man who is a journalist trying to discover the story of her mother. That's how they cross paths, because he is doing a story on Hurricane Katrina in the south, and that's where he comes across one of her old lovers, her old flames, and sparks fly. So the movie jumps in between Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield and the story of the mother and father in the past, which is actually a lot more compelling. I like the feeling of uncovering the past.
I love that. And going on that journey as well.
It's like two storylines playing out, because she's also trying to figure out her mother's life while she's figuring out her own life.
Which is great. It's not just like an empty romance, which is fine once in a while, but it's not just generic. It's like you've got all this baggage, this weight of, am I just going to make the same mistakes? Do I find love eventually? And hey, what a great movie to see Black Love.
I'm looking at this. It's beautiful. And the cast is beautiful.
The score is incredible. You're going to want to buy the CD when it comes out too. Robert Glasper is one of the best jazz pianists we've had. We've seen him at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. Robert Glasper is great. And the score, obviously, then has to play like a third character in between the awkward silences between the boy and the girl.
I know you're really excited when you start speaking this fast. Then I can't hear what you're saying anymore, but I'm looking at that and thinking, wow, Saba Well. The cast is so beautiful. JP Sebastian on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, giving you that lowdown on all the movies to check check out this Friday, this weekend. They're coming out today. Let us know which ones have caught your attention. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 with the hashtag Expresso Show.
Let's go on a date, one of us.
All right, we're having some fun with Team Samsung. Mr. Yoon is here, Grant Hines is here, Sis Princess is here. We've been talking about all the crazy, incredible features of the S20 range, which includes single take, Grant. And I think a lot of people out there didn't really understand, Mr. Yoon, how exactly single take works. So Grant is going to show us how you simply record a very short video clip, and then the AI on the phone...
The AI on the chip will then be your photographer, your selector. So we're going to do a whole bunch of different features now.
Yeah.
And so are you guys all ready? I'm just going to do something quite impromptu. I hope you guys get this. And then I'm going to show you at home what it's capable of doing.
Okay, so
cool.
you first go into the single take mode.
It's literally baked into the camera.
Okay.
So it's super easy to get there. You just swipe up from the lock screen, and we're just going to do it. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And boom, pass it on.
Princess,
Oh, don't
you need sugar.
All right. And then,
so we've taken 15 seconds. Are you okay?
This is it.
Like sometimes
the madness could be happening wherever you are, and then you want to capture it in the best way possible.
So what happens now is that the AI, which camera should I show it to?
How about camera 5? There we go. Camera 5.
Okay, cool. So the AI is taking a couple of shots. It's worked out what is cool and what is shareable. So thinking about it as a social media assistant, right? So this is a really cool little video. So Kat's idea was to like swing the point fingers, and it actually look, it worked really well. Just like does like a real big
how to make a very quick cup of coffee.
Yeah, there we go. That's what you should tag it. So there we go. And then it will just take little snips of that and treat it. Here's like what a lot of people would consider boomerang back and forth.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So the AI is using things in the shot that it feels is useful and usable for you to then share on social media.
It's like having your own assistant right there.
It's like having your own. Like this is why I'm so excited about it. We go to a lot of events, or if you if you're going to a picnic with your family or a bride with your family, and you go like, oh, I don't want to get everybody to pose for a photo for social. All I want to do is just walk around and get the AI to do it for me. You know, and then you look really cool. Everyone goes, how did you do that? You just go like, oh, it was in my phone.
I did it in a single take.
I did it in a single take. Yes.
Well done, well done.
It'll blow a lot of people's minds. Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much. Sis Princess, okay, ne?
Yes.
All right, nice one. Okay, listen, we have a competition going on. About 20 minutes for you to head on over either to our Facebook page or onto our Twitter page. Let us know which 2 features of the Samsung Galaxy S20 series you love so much. And of course, you are then in line to win a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. There are 2 of them that we are giving away by the end of the show, but you have until 8 o'clock to get entering. So get there, and we'll see you on the other side of the break. It's very cool. Sis Princess's face like.
I've never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she saw me through bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.
Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Oh, yes. Welcome back to it, you beautiful people. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on SABC3. What a feel-good Friday we've had so far.
Wow.
But how feel-good would it be if we didn't bring it to the kitchen? Now, listen, we know that broccoli and cheese, they are a classic combination. So it makes total sense that it would work as a bread flavor. And we're using Clover Classic Fed Spread to make it extra special. It comes with a touch of Clover cream and, of course, a source of vitamins, 10 of them to be exact. So get involved with this. Get involved in SMS the keyword that's Clover to 33728 if you want to get your hands on this recipe.
Okay, so I've literally rolled up my sleeves for this one. We're going to be creating a beautiful tasty, because the broccoli and cheese makes a beautiful flavor combination. We're introducing some crunchy elements, so it's got the right kind of texture. This is a healthy, beautiful bread. And of course, the fat spread. With that touch of cream, it's going to add a moistness to our mixture. It's going to be totally delicious.
We all like a moist mixture.
We love it. We absolutely love it. So I'm going to start. We've got yeast here, okay? So we're going to mix the yeast into the water.
Is this water cold? Is it warm?
It mustn't be too hot. Like room temperature is fine. It mustn't be. The colder is not going to help the yeast to rise or prove. If it's too hot, it's going to kill the yeast. Remember, yeast is a living thing that needs to be looked after, and it's going to activate with all of the sugars, the glutens in the flour. A bit of a hack here is if you don't have the time, because this will obviously need time to prove, to let the yeast do its thing. If you don't have the time, then you replace this flour with self-raising flour. And then you just add a teaspoon of
you
baking
still
soda.
get the same sort of outcome.
So another thing to remember is that salt, if dealt directly with the yeast, will kill it. So you're going to kind of, when you make that mixture, you want to separate the two. So I'll put the salt on that side, and then I'm going to add my yeast mixture over here.
That's a really good one to mention, because a lot of people don't know that you can't mix your salt with your yeast. It kills the yeast, right?
And really, you just got to keep remembering that it's a living thing that needs to be loved.
Looked after.
It needs to be loved and grown. So we're going to mix this and we're going to create a nice dough with our mixture here. And then I'm going to ask you to gradually introduce the rest of our ingredients here. So we're going to start with our classic fat spread.
Okay.
You can mix that guy in.
Right. Do you want me to put that in there? All of it?
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Soma hoi. We always try with these recipes to make it as simple as possible.
Yeah, and of course we're making use of that Clover Classic Fat Spread, which is obviously an ideal everyday spread with a touch of Clover cream and a source of 10 vitamins. It's a spread. You can use it to bake or to cook. Use it your way and make it your own. Of course, if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe that we're making this morning, SMS the keyword. It's Clover to 33728. We'll gladly send you an SMS. In that SMS, you'll have a list of all these ingredients together with all the steps involved in bringing this to life.
All right, so now we've got our grated cheese. If you can weigh that
I love
in.
Cheese. I love me some
but
cheese.
And don't be shy with the cheese as well. Get it in there.
Are you like me, that when you're making anything that's got to do with cheese, you want to leave a little bit in here so that you can
just snack on it.
Be snacking on it while you're going, right?
Okay, there we go. And you can see already now the gluten's starting to work in that dough. It's starting to get that kind of stringiness. Then what we've done is we've fried up our broccoli just a little bit, just to soften it, but it's still retaining its color. Then we've just hoed it in a food processor, blitz it up, throw that puppy in there.
That's going in there, yep.
Okay, mix that through. Then we have got a nice mixture of nuts as well, because this, with a nice bread like this, having texture is also really important, and it's going to add a kind of a toasty flavor element to it. So we've got our pumpkin seeds. You can toss those guys in.
You're so good at this. I love watching you do this.
But we learn on the job, eh?
Oh, man, it's insane. I mean, by the time you're done working on this show one day, and hopefully that doesn't happen, you are going to start a cooking school, right?
I might do a cookbook at least. Cooking for idiots, I think, is what we'll probably have to call that book. And then we're going to put our sunflower seeds in there as well.
Kitchen hacks for idiots.
And there we go. We've got the base for what will turn out to be an absolutely delicious and amazing bread.
But I love how the spread is bringing this together and giving it that lovely texture that you want to get out of it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see the creaminess. It looks amazing. So what we're going to do here, because we wanted to prove a little bit, give the time for the yeast to do its thing, so you can cover it with some cling film, just let it prove or double in size, as they say, and then you know that the dough is ready. You can do that in the cake tin or out. In fact, should we try?
Should we throw it in here? Yeah, let's throw it in there. Ooh, careful.
I know. Dun, dun, dun,
well, listen, you're not good in the kitchen if you're not walking out of it dirty.
I managed to do this in a suit jacket. So what you will do at this stage, preheat your oven to 180 degrees. And then you want to check on your bread regularly to just, you'll do the skewer test. Stick a skewer in. If it comes out clean, then you know that the bread is ready. You want it to be nice and toasty and crusty on the outside and nice and soft on the inside.
Love this.
And that's how simple it is to create your own broccoli and cheese bread. It's going to have a beautiful texture.
A total classic.
Flavor notes are going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, the longer you let it prove and let that yeast work, the deeper the flavor profile is going to be.
It's taking a beautiful South African classic and giving it such a stunning twist. Of course, that keyword once again is Clover to 33728. If you missed any of the steps involved that Graham has taken us through, take a look at this.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, you just want to bite into it. It's that simple. It's beautiful.
Okay, so we've got our loaf. Is still proving that we'll pop it in the oven, 180 degrees Celsius. But of course, we've got our finished product here looking absolutely beautiful. So I figure it's an opportunity to continue a certain taste exploration. We are giving Mr. Yoon a South African taste palette. Mr. Yoon, come inside here. Please come join us in the kitchen. So good to have you here.
Good to see you again.
So you obviously had your first introduction to South African cuisine live on the show with the Gatsby. Do you remember the Gatsby?
Yes.
Have you had another Gatsby since that day?
Yes, I love Gatsby. So every time I come to visit Cape Town, it's Gatsby.
We've won you over. So this morning we're going to do something this way. Where Tabiso comes from, it's a little town called Hammanskraal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And there they have a love of acha and a love of chakalaka. Now, chakalaka, it's something that is quintessentially South African. It's kind of the mixture between a relish and a pickle. It's got a beautiful flavor, and we think it'll complement our homemade bread. So are you up for a bit of a taste test?
Yeah, I was watching both of you are making this chakalaka.
Yeah, and the bread.
So in South Korea, we call the taste comes from mom's final hand touch.
Oh.
But what I saw, both of you are put everything.
Oh, no, Mr.
Well, my hands are clean.
Let me see.
And we did make it with love as well. So please, Mr. Yoon, I'd love you to taste the bread, but with the chakalaka.
You've got it. Yeah, that is all yours.
And then you grab the spoon over there, get into the vegetable relish, otherwise chakalaka. Please say chakalaka for me.
Chakalaka.
Oh, that's it. I love that. Chakalaka.
And excuse the pun, you've got to say it with relish.
Yes.
So eat like this.
Yeah. Just. Get in there, Mr. Yoon. Yes, get in there, Mr. Yoon. In there, Mr. Yoon. Enter the bread.
Chakalaka.
Chakalaka, Mr. Yoon. Chakalaka. I absolutely love it. And how does it taste? Do you like it?
It's a little sweet than I thought.
Really?
The Gatsby was a little spicy.
Yeah.
Now it's getting spicy.
Yes, it's getting a lot spicy. And that's the thing with the chakalaka. Because you really can control the heat factor. You can go from like mild to medium to really, really hot. But this one is made a little bit mild for you.
And he's gone in for a second bite, so it must be good. I'm so proud that we were able to actually make our bread this morning. So thank you so much, Mr. Yoon, for always playing along.
Yeah,
we didn't force him to do this. He actually, of his own free will, tasted our bread this morning.
And he enjoys it too, right? And you can get your hands on this recipe by SMSing Clover to 33728, made with love by Clover.
And just remember, guys, we've got literally minutes left to enter. Get onto our Facebook page, get onto our Twitter page, look for the competition post, give us 2 reasons, 2 features that you love in the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and you could be winning one. I need a slice now.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, enter now, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes and the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win.
Also catch the new season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. on SABC3 from the 3rd of March.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are live with Expresso ahead of a bumper weekend of sport, most notably for the mother city. Doesn't get much bigger than this. Continuing with our interview on the world-famous Cape Town cycle tour taking place this weekend. We are joined by two very special participants, former Minister of Community Safety and now the current Premier of the Western Cape, Alan Winde, and former Springbok Davette Barry, to tell us about how their prep is going, a certain charity, the Atlas Foundation, how important it is to use an event as a platform to launch that sort of activity. Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to the show, Alan. Thanks so much for taking time out of a very, very busy schedule. Or would this be training time? Would you normally be on the bike at this time?
I wish. Too much government, too little cycling. So I think, as usual, as everybody knows me, I'll be undertrained. But that doesn't matter. This is a charity event. I mean, there will be a couple of people racing, and I'm really glad to see that the event itself is becoming much more about who you ride for than the time you're trying to achieve. And maybe it's because I'm getting older that fits better with me. But I mean, that's really important. Why do you do this? And then this event specifically, it's just, there's so many charities and good causes that people are out there doing something for them. And of course, we are there for the Atlas Foundation.
David, how's prep going? How are you feeling?
Definitely much better than last year. Last year, Sue gave me a call about 2 weeks in advance. So I said yes. I made a couple of calls and said, listen, can you make it? I said, yes, you're going to suffer, but you'll make it.
You'll do it.
So I'm a little bit better prepared, obviously. And it's fantastic, as Alan's saying. You know, we're doing it for the Atlas Foundation. You know, coming from a rugby background, it's easy for me to fill in, you know, and using rugby as a tool to help a lot of kids in South Africa and over the rest of the world, you know.
And then I'm sure there were a number, like you said, there are so many organizations putting their hand up around this time. Why the Atlas Foundation? Why is this particular foundation and charity so important, do you think?
Well, I know that the Atlas Foundation does amazing things around the world. They operate in 16 countries, but here in South Africa, they do great stuff in Gauteng. But for me, it's about the Western Cape. Last year, when I was first approached, doing stuff for Masiphumelele, Ocean View and Atlantis. And so that really says to me, this is helping people in need. And if you listen to the kind of work that they do at school, with children teaching values around sport, which ends up giving you a better chance in your education outcomes, it's a no-brainer.
It's an absolute no-brainer, and it gives us an opportunity. I think that's the one thing. When I did the Argus, also was about a day's preparation. I remember I didn't even think about the race until about 30 k's in, because it's so beautiful, and the camaraderie. And I remember someone, thankfully a good Samaritan on the side of the road, telling me that my bike had an issue with the gears and helping me fix it. And that guy who ran out with the boiled potatoes at the end of the race to help fuel me up Sekabossi. There is something about the community of cycling. As a sportsman, how important it is that you use sport and that community of sport to do something good.
No, for sure. I mean, you learn very quickly in rugby or in any sport that it's a team sport.
Yeah.
The values you spoke about, and the disciplines, and that's something you can take further in your life. And if we can install that into the young children through the Atlas Foundation and through sport, I think that's the important part, so that we can educate and give the young talent of today, so that they can look after the future for us.
And then I feel overwhelmed by the sense of pride from an event like this, because this is our city and our province. You must feel that exponentially more. How proud are you of Cape Town for building a race to this degree? I know it's 109 kilometers of grueling effort, but it's an opportunity to show the rest of the world what Cape Town really is.
Well, I mean, maybe we should start off, where did this come from? And of course, remember, it started off as a protest, because it was about how do we get people onto bicycles, and that relationship on commuting and on between road users normally in cars and road users on two wheels on a bicycle. And I mean, now you move on, and it is still the biggest timed cycle race in the world. So I mean, proud. We're on the top, and we have been for a long time as a global platform. But also what this has done is a catalyst to so many other cycle events. And, I like to say that we're the cycling capital of Africa. And so it's the big events, and this is like the catalyst that anchors all of them. But maybe I just want to say one other thing. When you talk about sport and you spoke about De Wet, I heard something as we walked in here. You should ask him about his bike.
What about your bike, man? What's going on, dude?
Well, I had a little bit of an issue on Tuesday. So the bike made like click, click, click the whole time. So I took it back, and then I said, well, there's something wrong with the frame, they suspect. So
it's that rugby player's
fault. I was supposed to get another bike last night, but hopefully this afternoon.
Any willing callers, put your hands up, gentlemen.
This afternoon.
I have no doubt you've got that Springbok BMT. You can put you on a BMX and you'll do this.
No, I doubt that, but I'll try my best.
Alan, thank you so much for putting your might behind the Atlas Foundation, what they're doing, and kind of really fronting up to support your city in this way. All the best of luck. The most important thing, stay safe out there. Get a buddy rider to keep you company and enjoy it. It's one of the most enjoyable experiences, I think, that any cyclist can put themselves through. So stay safe and enjoy the race, man.
Thank you very much.
And that goes for all cyclists taking part in the Cape Town Cycle Tour. Take a moment to appreciate just how amazing that opportunity is and put your voice out there. This is an opportunity to give foundations like the Atlas Foundation a huge platform to have their voice heard, so use it.
And ladies and gents, it's just gone 1 minute after 8. News just in. The competition to stand a chance to win yourself that Samsung S20 has now closed. So please do put that phone away, and time for us to take a look at the news. Starting off here in South Africa, where Parliament's Health Portfolio Committee Chairperson Sibongiseni Dlomo has urged South Africans to practice sound personal hygiene in the wake of the news that the coronavirus has reached South Africa. As similar viruses tend to spread via cough and sneeze droplets, people are advised to regularly wash hands thoroughly for at least 20 seconds. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze into your elbow. Face masks offer some protection as they block larger liquid droplets. And finally, seek early medical help if you have a fever, cough or difficulty breathing, and share your travel history with a healthcare provider. The Gauteng provincial government has placed the city of Tshwane under administration. This after Tshwane, which includes the capital, Pretoria, has been dissolved after months of political squabbles. Tshwane currently has no mayor and no city council as rival parties vie for control. An administrator will now be appointed to run Tshwane until a new council is elected within 90 days. In international headlines, the US has extended sanctions against Zimbabwe's top leaders, citing their actions to undermine democratic processes or institutions. US President Donald Trump says that the restrictions will not be removed until Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa's administration implements political reforms. He accused the government of persecuting critics and economic mismanagement and security forces of extrajudicial killings, rapes, and alleged abductions of descendants. And almost 300 million students in 13 countries worldwide are facing weeks at home, with Italy the latest country to shut schools over the deadly new coronavirus. This as the International Monetary Fund has urged an all-out global offensive against the epidemic. More than 95,000 people have been infected and over 3,200 have died worldwide from the virus, which has now reached some 80 countries and territories. And now some news of this coming Sunday, big celebration, because come Sunday, the spotlight will be on International Women's Day, first celebrated more than a century ago in 1911. The theme for 2020 is I Am Generation Equality, realizing women's rights. And throughout history, women have often been sidelined either due to peer pressure, lack of opportunity, or flat-out sexism. And many times, women who invented items from disposable nappies to Monopoly weren't given credit for their work. Now, women are responsible for early sketches of the computer, the discovery of the DNA double helix, and even splitting the atom. But men claimed those advancements as their own. South Africa broke new ground in the 2019 elections with 46% women in the House of Assembly and provincial legislatures and 50% women in the cabinet. We're making some moves over there. And that's where we leave it for this morning. Here's Graham with a final look at what's happening in the world of sports.
We start with cricket and heartbreak for the Proteas women who suffered a narrow 5-run loss based on the Duckworth-Lewis Stern method to defending champions Australia in the semi-finals of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Sydney. So after a delayed start, the Aussies were able to post 134 for 5 in their 20 overs. South Africa, who were chasing a rain revised 98 from 13 overs, finished on 92 for 5. So Australia will face India in the final on Sunday. On to Sevens, fresh off their win in Los Angeles. The Springbok Sevens team will head into this weekend's Vancouver Sevens as the defending champions. Last year, the Blitzboks clinched the title in Canada after beating France in a thrilling final. So this weekend, they will face Japan, Argentina and England in the pool stages. And Coach Neil Powell has made one change to his team, swapping the roles of Mfundo Ndlovu and JC Pretorius. Now, Pretorius will join as the official reserve, and Ndlovu will make his first appearance in the 2020 HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. On to the 15-man game. There will be 7 Super Rugby fixtures taking place over the weekend. We've got the table-topping Stormers on a bye, the only team resting this weekend, the first bye of the season, in fact, for them. The biggest fixture today will see the reigning champions, the Crusaders, go up against the Reds. Then tomorrow, the Rebels host the Lions at AMI Park from 10:15 in the morning, and then the Sharks go head-to-head with last year's finalists, the Jaguares, at 3 with Sabu Nkosi back in the fold. And then the final fixture of the day will see the winless Bulls welcoming New Zealand's Highlanders to the Fortress, Loftus Versfeld, and that kicks off at 5:15. Then on to football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United cruised past English Football League club Derby County 3-0 in the FA Cup. 5th round play at Pride Park Stadium late last night. Defender Luke Shaw opening the scoring for the visitors, and forward Odion Ogalo slotting 2 more goals to hand the Red Devils the win. United will now face Norwich City in the FA Cup quarterfinals. But a little sooner, the Red Devils will be in action again this weekend when they face their probably biggest rivals, Man City, in the Manchester Derby, taking place at Old Trafford. That kicks off at 6:30 on a Sunday. Then finally, and staying with news from the English Premier League, don't expect to see the pre-match handshakes between teams and officials at any of the Premier League matches anymore. The league yesterday followed the suit of many leagues across the world, banning handshakes that will no longer take place due to fears over the spread of the coronavirus. That's a wrap of your sport for this Friday morning. Let's take one last look at the roads.
Thank you very much, Graham. Let's take a final look at the traffic this morning. We start off in Gauteng. Out in Roslyn, Pretoria, there has been a taxi accident on the Mobopane Highway that's involving school children over there. Heavy delays are expected in both directions, and the road is obstructed at Block XX. So please avoid the area this morning. If you're in the Western Cape and Maitland on the N2 inbound, there is congestion. That's before Jake's Gerwel Drive. Heavy delays are expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. And off to the trains, the Metro Rail Central Line, there is a passenger-related incident. That's between Langa and Bontehevel. It's impacting the Laverstown train service, so please allow for an extended travel time of 40 to 60 minutes. And that's where we leave it for this morning. Here is Kuhle with a final look at what's happening as far as the weather is concerned.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabsy. Now, throughout the course of the morning, we have been asking you to send in your sunrise pictures. Thank you to Sam Cross for your amazing skyline from Durban, and Cassie for your beautiful one from Balito, as well as Chanel Moodley for your stunning skyline from Darnell in KZN. And lastly, Gary for your incredible skyline from East London. Now, remember, we absolutely love seeing those sunrise pictures. Please make sure to keep them going, keep them flowing on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. Now, for the rest of the temperatures in the country, starting off in Polokwane, it's a partly cloudy day with the minimum temperature of 13 degrees, reaching a maximum of 26. High humidity from Bombela at a low of 16, reaching a maximum of 26. Pretoria, it's a sunny day for you with temperatures ranging from 13, peaking at 28 today. And clear skies for Johannesburg at a low of 11 and a high of 26. A partly cloudy day as well in Mahikeng with the minimum of 15, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. And the coolest start to the morning is in Klerksdorp at 12, peaking at 30. Now, northeasterly wind to be expected of 13 kilometers an hour in Kimberley with a minimum of 17, reaching a maximum of 33. A sunny day in Bloemfontein with a maximum of 30 and a minimum of 14. Richards Bay 19-29, Pietermaritzburg 15-28, and plenty of sunshine for Durban at temperatures ranging from 21, reaching a high of 28. Down to the Eastern Cape, Siqala Mthatha with a low of 14, reaching a high of 30 degrees. Northeasterly wind of 24 kilometers an hour in East London with a low of 21 and a high of 29. Kredok 14-37, a partly cloudy day in Port Elizabeth at 20 as the minimum and the maximum 28. High humidity for George at 21-28. Sutherland, a partly cloudy day at 14 as the low and a high of 31. The mother city, Cape Town, 18 as your low and your maximum temperature is 32 degrees. Worcester 19-37, and the highest temperature in the country is in Springbok with the maximum temperature of 37 and a minimum of 20. Uppington 22 with the high of 36. Now remember, whatever the weather is in your part of the country, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Friday morning.
Well, I'd venture to say that the highest temperatures in the country can be found in our studio this morning. We're back live, large and in charge with the official guardians of the galaxies, if you will. Team Samsung are in the studio, and joining us once again, Mr. Sang Yoon, Justin Hume, Cambridge Mokanyane, Kagiso Kaule, and of course, Grant Hines. And we're unpacking all of the excitement of the Galaxy S20 series. And I think earlier on, while we were going through all of the wonderful features alongside Grant, Mr. Yoon, and you, Justin, you've given us every single reason to love the Samsung Galaxy S20. So the big question now, when does it go on sale and where?
So, yeah, earlier on, Sung was saying first on Expresso, right? And so today is day one. It is on sale officially today, nationwide, and rundown.
Wow.
Rundown.
Are you ready? Do you have enough stock in all of this?
We've got stock. We have got the phones. But I got to see the hype that is out there. And we were chatting about it with some of your colleagues in the break and that. Phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen this level of excitement around a product in many years, so we're pretty chuffed to that. From a price point perspective and where it's going, if you were to buy it cash, looking at the S20 at 18,999, S20 Plus at 20,999, and the S20 Ultra at 26,999. But I think the key thing is pop down to your network operator, your favorite network operator. Yeah. We've worked with them for tariffs and data packages and the like. Literally something to suit everybody.
Yeah.
But there's a little carrot that we're offering here. So up until the 12th of this month, anybody who gets S20 Plus or S20 Ultra, a brand new set of Galaxy Buds Plus on the house. So those are the little hearables that go in there.
Yes.
Valued at $2,999, and these in themselves are great products that have been receiving rave reviews for audio quality and, just great all-day listening pieces, great for gym, the like. So
enhances the entire experience.
100%.
Yeah. Now, just so we all sound clued up when we are visiting our stockists or your mobile phone operator, what do I call the colours when I want a specific one? But I don't know what to call the colours.
Okay, so we've got Cosmic Black, okay? So think Galaxy, think Cosmic Black, Cosmic Grey, and then we've got the Cloud Blue and Cloud Pink in those categories. So different phones, different colours and the like, but again, something I think for everybody.
Absolutely. Guys, let me talk to you quickly and tell me about how the Samsung Galaxy S20 series as a powerful device connects us to the rest of the world through the Samsung ecosystem.
Yes, so, I mean, the S20 is all about doing what you love and just doing it that much better. So what we've done is crammed all the features that you know and love. So Android 10 out the box, Samsung Pay, Samsung Knox Security, all of that is there. But there's a couple of cool things that I just want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your daily routine like? Gym, work?
I try to get to the gym after work, good hour and a half, and then the rest of the day try and be as creative as possible in the lead up to my weekend whenever I have engagements coming up.
Yeah, and I mean, finding the right soundtrack for that is always, it's always a lot of work, right?
That 15-minute warm-up on the treadmill on the bike is made so much easier when you've got the right track.
So now Bixby has just gotten a lot smarter.
Yeah.
So now you can just press play, and Eye of the Tiger is ready for you for your workout.
How did you know?
So we've integrated with Spotify. We've also integrated with Netflix. So now you can actually find shows right deep into the app, just talking to the voice assistant. And again, we've also got one of the biggest things that people love is Easter eggs. So what do we have on Netflix? We've given the S20 to directors of some of the best original content on Netflix. And they've shot bonus content exclusively for the S20.
No way.
So please, when you get the phone, go check that out.
That's very, very cool.
And you look like a gamer to me.
Oh, I'm sure you've been talking to Grant. That's the only way that you can actually know that.
So Justin and Sang have talked about this. Beautiful, big AMOLED screens. And part of that, we added some really cool feature to make it super smooth.
Yeah.
So we took it from 60 hertz to 120 hertz. So that's double the smoothness on a regular phone.
Wow, wow.
So now we've also partnered with Microsoft to bring Forza Street, an Xbox game, for the first time ever onto mobile devices.
That's incredible, man.
Gamers rejoice everywhere.
Wow.
So, I mean...
Look at the big smile on Grant's face right now. It's telling.
You have no idea how excited I am.
Always got to show love to the gamers. I mean, there ain't no gaming like S20 gaming, because S20 gaming doesn't stop. You've got a big battery there. It's really fantastic there. And now, we spoke a little bit about Care Plus earlier. So we've got a great deal. Yeah. So the normal price for Care Plus, we've really worked hard to bring it down. It's 2,000 rands for 24 months, 2 screen repairs. I mean, you can imagine the cost of a screen repair.
Brilliant, brilliant.
But if you get the S20 this month, so until the 31st of March, we've brought the price down to $499. I mean, that's a steal.
For
that's
the same...
2 years, 2 screen repairs, $499.
Wow. That's really, really taking care of your customers out there.
Yeah, and I look forward to getting, feedback from the market on those goodies there.
I'm sure it's going to be absolutely exceptional. And Cambridge, where can people get first-hand experience with the device? I know that you've got some Galaxy studios around. Tell us about what they can expect.
Yeah, from today in Sandton, they can go to Sandton City and actually experience get the phone, get to switch over from their phones to the new ones, etc. But the big news is the fact that next week, this week it's in Sandton, then on the 20th to 29th it's Canal Walk and Gateway. But the big news is that you can buy your Galaxy S20 and then you stand a chance to win one of 3 65-inch Q90 TVs worth 44,000 rand. So all you've got to do is to bring us a proof of purchase, and then you'll stand a chance to win that. We're giving away 3 of those at Sandton City tomorrow.
That's incredible. Yeah. So even though now the opportunity, I mean, it's past 8 o'clock now, and the chance to win that Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra is past, there is an opportunity, Mr. Yun, for viewers out there to win some more, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's for today.
So what they need to do is?
So they already send through your Facebook or Twitters and they closed. So based on the lucky draw, we will announce around the 9 o'clock. That's what I was told.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have a very special, unique offer for the Expresso viewers.
Okay.
You know, we always telling every time we come over here for the Expresso morning show, our sales almost doubled up.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah. So that's thanks to the most smartest viewers in the world, Expresso morning show viewers.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we are going to offer very exclusive first time for the Expresso viewers. Those who buy Galaxy S20 starting from today through the 12th of March, next Thursday. And send the proof of the purchase to the Expresso. Then we will pick the viewer of Expresso and give 45 grand rand TV, which is a 65-inch QLED Q90.
I mean, come on, come on. Yeah, it's right there on your screen. So there's a special offer just for you, our Expresso viewers. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Yoon. And if I could ask each of you just one more Hail Mary, as if that's even necessary, but one reason why our viewers out there and everyone else essentially should be getting their own S20.
Yes.
Give us a reason.
Yes. So as we told you at the beginning, so we bring the latest, the greatest innovation into South Africa.
Yeah.
That's not the end. We want to bring the excitement. We need excitement in 2020.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's why we decide to give the TVs only for the Expresso viewers. So that's it.
I think that's more than enough reason. Cambridge, I mean, do you want to throw something into the mix?
Beautiful design that fits so beautifully into your hand. It's a stunning phone. It really is. Yeah.
Justin?
So I'm going to take a bit of a leap on that one there and go, I just want to look cool when I put it down, right? And get it there.
That talkability.
That talkability, and I think that's what you do with this device. I mean, it's, you know, you want people to lean over, you tell them about it, and they go, but my phone can't do that. It's like, well, I can, you know?
There we go.
I think it's got that social cred.
Absolutely.
That.
Cloud Pink. That's all me.
Yeah?
Seriously, I mean, this is just way beyond your belief. I mean, it's been so long since a device like this has come along. It's a smart decision, really simple to pick up and go. I really encourage people to go out in stores in the numbers.
Yeah. G-Man?
It's just the highest end like specs. You're talking about like a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is bigger than anything else out there. You're talking about a 120 hertz refresh rate screen, which is incredible for games, and like a 240 hertz response time. So when you play a game, it happens faster than any other game. So you have a competitive advantage. The cameras, the processing power. We haven't even spoken about the process and what it can do to video. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for the excitement of this morning. We do look forward to announcing those winners a little bit later on, but as you've heard, there is still an opportunity for you to win. If you do own an S20 device already, or you're going to be buying one for the next coming week until the 12th, then go onto our Expresso Facebook page or our Twitter page and share a picture of yourself with your device as well as proof of purchase, and that will put you in line to win that 65-inch Samsung QLED television valued at 45,000 Rand, which could be yours, and that is absolutely incredible. Thank you very much once again. Team Samsung in the house!
Yeah. And all of the excitement keeps rising here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. They just keep dishing them out. I mean, how's that offer?
It's incredible. We love the fact that we literally exploded online this morning because so many people want to get their hands on this incredible phone, and understandably so. We put it to you guys to list two of your favorite, most loved features of the brand new Galaxy S20 Ultra, and we had hundreds of entries come through.
Literally, when we say hundreds.
Probably in the thousands now,
yeah,
to be honest.
Probably the best response we've ever had, and understandably so, because the phone, I mean, if Grant is this blown away, it's not lip service. You know that it really does.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? We received, what, 5,000? Am I being told 5,000 entries? Over 5,000, not 5,000. 5,000 5,000 plus. Oh, this is insane.
Taking a quick look at what people have been saying, Antonio Olsen had these features to shout out. Number one, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus runs Android 10 and is powered by a 4,500 megahertz non-removable battery. The Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus supports wireless charging as well as proprietary fast charging.
Yes.
Those are fantastic features.
They're all really top-notch. Soli Pariachi saying the 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens allows you to capture wide Ansel Adams level landscape shots. The 108-megapixel lens features a larger sensor to grab more detail, deliver more realistic photos, while the 48-megapixel telephoto lens allows you to zoom up to 10% optically to get crisp and clear photos up close. And then Melissa had this to say, morning Expresso show. I love the flip screen. Okay, she's talking about the flip, which is cool as well.
I'm like, Melissa.
We ain't giving you one of those today, unfortunately. But you can still win, obviously, a brand new QLED TV, which is a quantum leap forward in TVs as well. Guys, thank you so much for embracing this. I think it's always a high point when we get to kind of see firsthand how far technology has come. And I wondered what they could do more than the S10. Well, the S10 has just blown the roof off.
But that's the thing. That is the thing. It just keeps getting better and better. Listen, after the break, all the excitement here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because you have been entering, all 5,000 plus of you, and we get to announce who the winners are of the brand new Samsung Galaxy S20. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up after the break. Yes, stay here, stay here, stay here.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso on a very exciting day. And of course, it's been a hugely exciting week as the SABC3 viewers were thrilled to see on Tuesday evening this week, the hit TV show Tropica, Island of Treasure, Curacao is back. And just before episode 1 aired, we took in the new season launch for celebrity contestants Kesabia, Sampiwe and Gema, Boer Bosch, Nadia Jafta, Sipasitle Vazi, and of course, Ntando Duma. What a list. Let's see what went down at the official launch party of Tropica, Island of Treasure, Curacao. If you missed it, of course, that first episode, you can catch a repeat on Saturday, tomorrow at 8 o'clock only on SABC3. Let's see what went down.
There on the night were 6 smooth fans, each paired with a celebrity in the fight for a shared R1 million. Heading the Tropica team behind the scenes is brand manager Barbara George.
Who's Who is here. We've got Girl to See, Basutana Kumalo. We've got all our celebrities. We've got all our smooth fans. So I'm thrilled. That's the big shot for me.
Tonight's turnout for this fantastic premiere has been outstanding. And to see people from near and far come out and support the first episode of season 9 was really fantastic. And I've thoroughly enjoyed connecting with a lot of friends that I've been seeing in a long time.
Then it was straight into Tropica, Island of Treasure, Curacao with Katlego Mabue.
Today's episode was insane. Primarily because we got a snippet at the end and we kind of got to see what was going to come. But I think the characters are very interesting. We'll have to see.
We all were amazing. We are awesome. We are amazing. I think that entire episode was phenomenal.
I think it's like this reaction. I think he's just flabbergasted because he's been watching himself shirtless for this whole time.
I think my highlight was the way that it was edited and put together. I really enjoyed like the visuals, as well as obviously getting first pick of my teammate.
It is crazy. We were in Curacao. It seems like a distant memory, right?
Yeah. I look amazing on camera. That's what I thought. You guys did great as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. I look amazing too. I actually discovered that I might be famous. I think I might be famous.
Overnight success.
I love the fact that things could just change out of nowhere. Like you think one person is winning or one team is winning, and then all of a sudden people come out of nowhere and just take the win. So I think every single episode after that also is going to be the same.
The show, renowned for viewer prizes, began with that night's lucky winner, Sianda Ndambi.
I won a VIP experience via Twitter. We were asked to share a video, tag a +1 partner that we'd like to come with, and be added to the smooth guest list tonight of the premiere of the Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 show.
Tonight I won a 55-inch smart TV.
I won a very lovely guest hamper, his and her watches, a water bottle. If you can find me a his, let me know.
Those who thought this would be a gentlemanly series of challenges of beach cricket and bowls might be shocked.
My highlight was all the shade. I mean, people are being honest, they were being brutal, they were being themselves, and that's what you need in a competition like this.
One thing that stood out for me was Vaz's shade. Like, why is he being so shady?
I didn't know that I was that bad in terms of spiciness. I thought I was just being myself, but yeah, no.
A cool $1 million in cash up for grabs, plus competitive human nature should equal fireworks.
Lots of drama, lots of action. I think there's going to be a little bit of stabbing a little bit in the back here and there. You never know. We'll have to see.
Literally, like, definitely tears.
All the above, what they just said, times 100.
I think it's going to be a very great season. I'm super excited to see how everything turns out. I think there's going to be a lot of drama, high energy, and just an overall great season, like I said.
With this season, they can expect drama, comedy, and lots of twists.
They can expect thrills, passion, and hard work. We put in the hours.
They can expect AO_set on their screens. Yes!
Wow. Go plug yourself, my friend. Caldine_Weingaan.
Oh, shake that. As we get closer and closer to that 1 million and people start getting eliminated, the true colors come out. The true colors really come out.
You think yours true colors came out?
Of course, always.
They showed us a bit of a snippet of what's to come, and there's a whole lot of emotions and just clashing of different personalities. So I'm looking forward to that because I love the adrenaline and all that.
We're really excited to produce Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, and all I'm going to say is that may the best team win. It's R1 million, baby. Go and get it.
With top-class viewers' prizes to be won as well, catch Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao on SABC3 every Tuesday evening at 7:30.
What a fantastic evening that was, and thank you very much for tuning in, especially tuning in this morning because it's been an exciting morning for us as the Expresso family, joining hands with Team Samsung as we continue to celebrate one of the most loved brands all throughout the nation, have proved why their Galaxy S20 Ultra is everything that we want and need in life, and they've given you the chance to win one of two of these beautiful devices, and after thousands and thousands of entries received, we finally have our lucky winners, and we're going to be announcing them one at a time because, of course, drama. So we're going to start off first by announcing our winner from Twitter. All right? I think we need a drum roll for this one. Wow. Okay, here we go. And the winner of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra is...
The first winner goes to Koba M.
Koba M on Twitter. You are the winner. So there's the full name, Cobra M283633323, just to be, specific. And Cobra said that these are the two favorite features. The battery life with the load shedding. It'll make my life much easier. Very true. And the camera quality. I take a lot of pictures for school purposes. Hashtag Galaxy S20. Well, listen, Cobra M, congratulations to you. Enjoy it. I'm very, very sure that the brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra smartphone that is valued at 26,999 Rand coming your way is going to change your life. And thank you also to everyone who entered on Twitter. A little bit later on, we'll be sharing our winner from Facebook, so don't go too far away. And once again, a big thank you to the Samsung family for bringing all of the excitement onto your Feel Good Breakfast show. Come on, give them one more round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Yu. Thank you, Samsung. Wonderful. All right, now also remember that it doesn't end there, because if you are already the owner of a Samsung S20 device, you can post your picture onto our Facebook page or our Twitter page along with the proof of purchase, and that puts you in line to win a Samsung 65-inch QLED TV worth 45,000 Rand. So get in on that competition, get yourself in the running, and of course all the T's and C's that apply can be found on our website, expressoshow.com, and this particular competition closes on Monday the 9th of March at 12 p.m.
So, you girls ready for this? Ready to see who's the toughest, the fastest, the strongest? Well, this is no walk in the park. Train! Come on, cats, you're on a roll. Keep going, keep going. So you think you got what it takes to beat Katlego? When I said I was training new TV personalities, all you figured you had to do was try? But I thought you thought what, kitty cat? You can catch these two go head-to-head April 6th on Expresso in the Vitathon Adventure Race, where the men are separated from the boys. Come on, kitty cat, give me one more!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now, listen, if you missed out on the blockbuster action that was the very first episode of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao this past Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3, which is where you can catch it weekly. Remember that you can also catch repeats on Saturdays at 8 p.m. So don't worry, you can also see what happened. But of course, set your alarms to catch it every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. on SABC3, nice and fresh. Right now, let's quickly take a look at the latest movies. Here's JP Sebastian and the team.
Okay, the feel-good factor just keeps rising here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're just in time to check out what movies are coming out soon, are yet to come out. And JP Sebastian...
It's 2 letters of the alphabet.
Oh, keep quiet, JP.
Sebastian.
You are ruining the moment.
Okay, sorry. Carry on, do the Expresso thing.
But of course, JP Sebastian is here to let us know what movies are coming out that we need to be on the lookout for. This one is a review of a movie called Onward.
Yes. So,
it's a Disney movie.
Yes, it's a Disney movie, a Pixar movie specifically. Pixar obviously is known for doing just amazing masterpieces.
Okay. What's it about?
Well, this one is, you've got Tom Holland at the front, who everyone knows usually as Spider-Man, and Chris Pratt, who is on the left in the poster there, who is the older brother to Tom Holland. Chris Pratt, obviously from Guardians of the Galaxy, so they're both Avengers. The story being is that it's supposed to feel like it's present day, but everyone's, it's fantasy. They're orcs, they're unicorns, they're what's the word?
Witches as well.
A wizard, thank you. Yes, unicorns which act like stray dogs. And then, so they're in this world that used to be magical, but everything's been drained from it since technology. And anyway, that's the whole tension of it. But tell you what, let's show a bit of their normal family life. So this is Tom Holland meeting with his mom, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and it's his birthday today, and she's doting all over him. Anyway, here's onward.
All right, we're gonna get Warrior Z95. Let me hear you say, I'm a mighty warrior.
I'm a mighty warrior. Morning, Mom. Lazy, down, bad dragon. Back to your lair. Happy birthday, Mr. Adult Man. Oh, Mom. Hey, buddy, don't wipe off my kisses.
What?
You're wearing your dad's sweatshirt.
Oh, finally fits.
Oh, my little chubby cheeks is all grown up.
Okay, Mom, I gotta eat something before school.
The ears, the pointy ear thing?
So they basically live with a dragon that every
As a
single
dog.
day...
Why is that the one thing that concerns you?
And it
I'm
gets
just like, every day they're extinguishing it. Every day. It's running around, they're busy extinguishing it. Okay, this is very interesting. We're off to a really good start.
Yes, and we're getting to the real hard-hitting questions here, Toby, so thank you for getting to the core of this. We'll talk about the dragon a bit more, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But aside from the whole, like I said, this is the world that's totally like diluted of the magic it used to have. The older brother still believes in the magic. And he thinks, we could go on this quest and go out there and find it. I'm actually doing the Chris Pratt voice right now. And the reason they go on this quest to try and find out if there is still magic in this world that feels like it's, just television and aerobics and stuff like, the show we do, for example, then they might be able to bring their father back, who has passed away, and see him for another 24 hours, which is what the spell that they find that you're looking at here enables them to do. However, weirdly, the father, they only get halfway with the spell, so they've got to finish the other half, so he's only a set of legs.
No.
Which is funny enough. And that's the gist of the story. Similar, I suppose it feels like people might remember stuff like Zootopia, where everything was animals but in prison.
I loved it too.
And one of the reasons why people really love Zootopia is because of how immersive that sort of relatability of the whole thing was. A character would go to home affairs and
the sloth. Yes.
So for now, we're going to get into JP actually gets to be a party pooper and hate the feel good.
So what are the things that you didn't particularly enjoy?
The things that JP did not particularly enjoy.
Tell us.
So it's basically it's really pretty to look at for a start. Pixar, like
it says you look at the screen. It says, "Watch me, watch me." Say
Continue,
that you watch me.
That's you, dude. That's no, that's in your head. You shout that at people like daily.
I love animation, so I definitely watch it. But then, what would you crit?
What would I crit? So the immersiveness. So you saw the little unicorn stray things and whatever. So at the micro level, you could do more of that little play. Take an example of like I gave you Zootopia. Now take stuff that we grew up on, the Flintstones.
Yes.
Every third shot is like a pterodactyl turning to camera going, "It's a living." Like because it's using its face to saw wood or something stupid like that. So they really underplay that interaction, which is more of a lost opportunity than a failure kind of thing. But then at the macro, aside from those micro things, you don't have the stuff like, say, the home affairs and the feeling of day to day. How does it feel like here? How does it feel like now? Which is where a lot of the humor should come from. So unfortunately, it's totally witless. It really tries to hammer the sentimentality. It tries to like turn on the waterworks.
Does it try
10
too
minutes
hard?
in. 10 minutes in, yes. It's like strings and I'm never going to see Dad again. And maybe you can get that right with the right amount of timing. But this movie doesn't sort of hit those notes in the way that it deserves to, and give itself more time to feel its space. Let the characters be goofs. I just said Tom Holland was Peter Parker, Spider-Man in those movies, and even Peter Parker feels more animated and more like a teenager and more goofy and awkward than this character. So it's underdeveloped, it's underwritten, it's flat.
Octavia Spencer.
No, that was harsh, hey?
I'm not even getting started. I'm just getting warmed up here.
JP. But Octavia Spencer's in the film, and she's really such a top actress. Which character does she play here?
She plays is a what's the word? A centaur, the thing with the scorpion tail that you're looking at over there.
Okay.
So what's funny is that she's a restaurant manager, and life has gone all bland and normal and flat because she's just worried about keeping plates hot and stuff like that. But then has to, in the same way, find her old magic, re-find her powers and stuff like that. So I love Octavia Spencer too. But you know, maybe you're blowing too much money on getting like really top-class talent, and you're not spending enough time on the writing. So
I was
really
about to say.
flat for parents, maybe pretty to look at for kids. But you know, Zootopia did it 5 times better. Even stuff like the example I gave, the Flintstones.
Maybe you need a bit more convincing, and just in case you need a bit more convincing, let's take a look at this one.
Here's a funnier moment.
Here we go. Focus. Something wrong?
Sorry, it's just your stance is, here, chin up, elbows out, feet apart, back, slightly arched. Okay, how's that feel?
Great.
Oh, one more thing.
Barley.
Okay.
Magnora, get you one.
Don't let the magic spook you.
Okay.
Elbows.
What?
Elbows up. No, it's too high. That's too high.
I'm trying to focus here.
Oh, yeah. Focus on the can. Focus.
Barley, forget it.
It worked! The can is huge! And the band is huge! And you're... Oh no.
Hilarious. Oh my God.
Oh my word! This is where I say "tsi" for titi kama. Oh man. Okay, JP.
That was hilarious, JP.
That
Come
was
on.
really
Yeah,
funny.
this is like there's so much pressure on, you know, to say like a higher number.
Man. Okay, so let's talk popcorns.
But here's the problem: is you're dealing with a Pixar movie. This is the studio that brought us Inside Out, Up, Coco, Toy Story. These are all masterpieces, and this really is like third tier compared to all of those. Even though the animation is beautiful, no wit, no humor to it, aside from like little tiny bright moments like that. Literally tiny. I'm sorry to say 4 out of 10.
I'm a popcorn
insane.
4? Did you say 4 out of 10?
Yes.
No average. JP Sebastian has no mercy this morning.
Yeah, it's. I swear, I've got nothing against people with pointy ears. It's just for a Pixar movie of all things, which, like, you know, each of those I've probably given 10 out of 10. You need to be up to par, and Hollywood is not it.
Let's just say there's only one way for you to score this movie yourself. Is to go and watch it. And then let us know on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, what you think. JP, yegale.
What they say, absolutely, these things.
Well, I'm sure that you'll be scoring the Samsung Galaxy S20 a 20 out of 10. We've enjoyed a morning with the Samsung family, who truly have become like family to us as well, having Mr. Yoon here and the entire team. And so much are you family of ours that even Sis Princess knows your order that you like to have as coffee.
You know my coffee.
Yeah?
Like Americano
Okay.
with no sugar?
Yes. Can I have one more chakalaka?
What? We can organize that. I think Graham is actually doing that right now.
Graham, I need one more.
He will bring you a piece of bread with
tasty.
chakalaka on it.
Yeah.
But the very cool thing, I mean, earlier on we were talking about how Samsung just kind of makes our lives easier by connecting us to our world all around. That, for instance, when you go to your nearest McCafe and you want to get your coffee, you can pay for it using Samsung Pay, which is the most convenient way of shopping and getting things done without having to worry about carrying cash and cards and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, these days I'm not carrying my wallet.
Yeah.
So in South Africa, it's not just the McCafe.
Yeah.
All retail stores, including restaurant, you know, the grocery stores, Samsung Pay can cover all NFC machine and the non-NFC machine in South Africa.
Which is brilliant.
Yes, look at this.
And it's very simple.
I'll pay.
Wow.
So it's very easy.
A simple
swipe up, and I can select multiple different cards. It's safe because it always asking my fingerprint. Without my fingerprint, biometrics, it cannot pay. So just a tap and safer, easy, and anywhere, NFC, non-NFC.
As simple as that.
So I think I will, if I meet McDonald's CEO next time, recommend him make either the Gatsby or the Chakalaka.
Imagine
It's a more localized marketing for them.
I like that. I like where you're going with that. And as you asked for it,
okay. Thank you.
Okay, well, you go ahead and enjoy that. Listen, after a very short break, we'll also be announcing our second winner of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. We were giving away 2 of those. We've already announced our Twitter winner. So after the break, we'll tell you who's won from our Facebook followers. So stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast show. How is that? Is it good?
Wow.
Lovely.
Rise and shine. There's no better way to wake up other than with Mackie D's for breakfast. Download the McDonald's app for delicious daily deals and start your day the right way.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beauties. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso live on a beautiful Friday on SABC3. Time for us to get into the world of entertainment and see what the stars have been up to. But also just to remind you, a little bit later on, we're going to be giving away our second prize, right? Announcing our second winner, of course, of the Samsung Galaxy S20. That's our Facebook winner. So all those people who did enter on Facebook, you need to be staying here so you can see.
Remain here.
Yeah.
On your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
We start off here at home.
Yes, we definitely do. As we reported in our news yesterday, here are our top 3 headlines from the past week. Now, presenter search on 3 2019 judge, TV personality, presenter, actress and radio personality Thando Tabete has resigned from 5FM after 6 years of being part of the family and 2.5 years of helping people get home on the Tabuti Drive. Now, in an interview with Channel 24, she said, "We had to make a very difficult decision, something we've had to ponder over many months. Basically, I've tendered my resignation at 5FM, and the idea is to focus on the things that I want to do." Now, after the news broke on social media, she posted on her Instagram, "And so I've dropped the mic. After 6 years at 5FM and 11 years in radio, this is it. Hardest day of my life, but most beautiful. Thank you to everyone that has been instrumental in my career thus far," and continued to thank those people. We have to say, it came sooner than many people preempted after they solidified her resignation just this past Tuesday. So the big question that a lot of people are asking, what is next for Tabuti? We have nothing to worry about when it comes to where next we'll be seeing her, as the star wants to focus her efforts and time on acting and other aspects of her life. It may be an end to one chapter, but we are sure it's the beginning of yet an absolutely amazing one. And I know that...
I know she'll do well.
Absolutely. She said on social media that she hopes that in the 11 years in radio that she has opened up some doors for some people, and for me specifically, she definitely has, as she was one of the judges for Presenter Search on 3. So she's definitely played a major part in her career.
No, she'll do really well. Can't wait to see her acting, because she's an incredible actress as well. But we're moving from from one industry hustler to another. Now, it's been truly amazing to watch the power moves of our very own Queen Bee. I'm talking about Bonang Matheba.
Yes.
We've seen her ascend from star to star ever since starting out as a presenter on the SABC One music show. I'm talking about Live. Remember Live on SABC One?
Guys, it used to be the music
show in 2007. Now, her latest accomplishment is a huge one. She's been identified, now listen to this, as one of the 50 most powerful women on the continent by Forbes Africa magazine. I mean, how huge is that?
She's been there before, funny
not the
enough,
first time,
and
yeah.
she's there again.
It shows you it's not fake news. So now the award-winning media personality and entrepreneur, she's featured on the cover of the March issue listing the fearless females. And of course, she's joined by Executive Director of UNAIDS. I'm talking about Ugandan diplomat Winnie Byanyima. Mzansi's businesswoman Irene Chanley is also there. Cameroonian tech entrepreneur, he's such a big guy in the tech space. Rather, the big lady in the IT space. Rebecca Enonchong is also there. Now, fans, they've been sending their congratulations. We've seen them all over the place on social media, with many noticing that the 32-year-old Bonang, she is the youngest person ever on the cover.
Wow.
It's big, it's big. Now, we know that Mugel, she turned herself into a mogul. She's jetting off to New York City to expand her career, and pretty soon we're going to be seeing her on a global stage. Speculation has been rife that she's set to take on a major role on the biggest entertainment news agency in the world. I'm talking about E! We cannot wait to witness the complete global domination of Queen Bee, taking South Africa, taking Africa to the world.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a Samsung takeover, and we have to mention that she's one of the Samsung, ambassadors, which is incredible. She's doing absolutely amazing
global
things.
Play.
Now, down to romance quickly, just briefly. Solange and Common.
They're together. You have to tell me all about that.
I will tell you all about it.
No, let's spill the tea there.
Spill the coffee by
Princess. Oh, man.
Yeah, so rumours have been set alight this past weekend when superstar Beyonce Knowles' baby sister, singer and multimedia artist Solange was spotted being supported by actor and rapper Common. The singer was at Manhattan's The Town Hall to receive their first ever Lena Horne Prize for Artists Creating Impact Awards for her excellence at the intersection of art and activism. Even though they did not get snapped together or pose on the red carpet together, it was rumoured to believe that Common was there as her date. Now, Solange has just come out of her second marriage, where she and ex-Alan Ferguson called quits in 2019 after 5 years of marriage, and also has a teenage son with her first husband. Common has also been single since 2019. Well, we're just saying, okay? We're just putting it out there. But hey, listen, we are here for the new love and, of course, the new romance.
The thing is, Common looks exactly identical to Solange's ex-husband.
And Solange looks exactly identical to his ex-wife.
Yay! See?
Well,
that's where we leave it now. Let us know if any interesting and exciting entertainment stories have caught your attention. Connect with us on Facebook. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3 Cat.
Well, it's clear to say everyone has a type, right?
Yeah.
And if that's true, your type today has been the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. So much so that you've basically crashed our Facebook system. So we've had an overwhelming amount of entries on our Facebook page, Mr. Yoon, of everybody who'd love to get their hands on their brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. And so we're trying to sort out that system on the back end, and we'll be announcing the Facebook winner come Monday. But we don't want you to forget that there is another opportunity for you to win absolutely big, right?
And win really big. So if you've already got your hands on the S20 or you're going to purchase one, you've got up until next Thursday, it is, the 12th, to prove that you've bought that phone. And we could be rewarding you with, well, I say we. Mr. Yoon will be rewarding you with the Samsung. We were a part of it. We were a part of it. 65-inch QLED TV worth 45,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Wow, but you've got to post a picture of your device and your till slip on our Facebook page. And who knows, you could be scoring the phone and you could be scoring the TV. That is amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having us. Have you ever done this type of Facebook crash?
No.
I don't think we've ever crashed before.
Maybe the last time we gave away a phone on the show.
Yeah.
No, this is the first time we've had well over 5,000 entries, which is insane, even more, and counting. So thank you so much to everyone who's entered, and good luck, guys. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Find yourself daydreaming of fairy tale lands, paradise beaches, and glamorous cities? With a sprinkle of magic, TravelStart is making your travel dreams come true. Their Dream Week sale is finally here. Get ready to mark your calendar from the 2nd to the 6th of March 2020 and sign up for great savings to mega cities. Chase those pinch me moments with travelstart.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, to what has been an incredible Friday, courtesy of the Samsung family. Thank you very much, Mr. Yoon, for bringing us the excitement of the Samsung Galaxy S20 series. And I'm sure that today, being day one of the official launch of sales all across the country, millions of people are going to be out there, and you're going to run out of stocks. You know that, right?
They're already lined up.
We apologise for the role that we played in you running out of stock.
Sorry, not sorry.
Today, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, but thank you so much. I think what I love the most about working with your team is that you are probably more excited than anyone else when you've got this device in hand. And I was joking about it earlier, that when the 10 series came out, the S10, I was like, how can you get better than this? And the fact that you have taken such a leap forward is amazing. So congratulations.
I have a question. So after this, what does the CEO and president of Samsung Africa do? What does your schedule look like?
Today.
Yes.
So I have to fly back to Johannesburg. And as we told, we have ball activation. So we want to give a more excitement, hands-on experience to our South African consumer.
I love it.
So yeah, lots of people will come, and tomorrow, as Cambridge shared it with you, we'll give special prize for those who purchased the Galaxy S20.
I love that the people get to rub shoulders with you, Mr. Yoon. So if there's one man to rub shoulders with when it comes to this tech innovation, when you do go out to those mall activations, it's Mr. Yoon.
Bring some freshly baked bread with a little bit of chocolate.
Oh my God, Dad, actually. I think that was his favorite.
But guys, just remember, you go out there and get yourself this phone, because it also puts you in line to win a brand new TV.
65-inch.
65
worth 45,000 rand. That's
LED TV. You got to get all that in there, because that's what defines
the full package.
Exactly. And also, come Monday morning, we'll be announcing the Facebook winner of that Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, which we're giving away today. You crashed our system. Thank you very much for that. But here's to hoping you have yourself an absolutely fantastic weekend. Our big thanks once again to all of our guests, especially the team from Samsung for coming in really and we look forward to having you back again next time.
Next time. Absolutely.
Well, listen, make someone smile out there, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you bright and early on Monday mornings. In Tananongi Makaya. Bye.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.